Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How we doing tonight? Everybody doing good. Everybody doing fine. Let's play some No Man's Sky. Here we go. Let's see if it'll work on the first try this time. Feels like it won't. I swear, this game does not like my old ass PC. Oh, it is working on the first try. Would you look at that? Well, hello there, Mo.
Salutations. Are you on stream? Are
Yes,
you
I
on stream?
am.
Okay, if you're on stream, then I'm gonna leave.
You can stay. Just don't be crazy. That's it. You just be normal.
No, no, no.
Just be a normal guy. Goodness gracious. Well, that was Mo. He's real sweet person, great guy, but he often feels that he can't keep himself stream appropriate. So that's him. That's on him, I guess. I'm okay with it as long as he's chill. Alrighty, alrighty. Yo!
Hey, what's up, dude?
Welcome, welcome, brother.
Let me pull up my YouTubes.
You got it. Who else we got? Wait, you're back, Mo.
Yeah, I'm back with a better mic.
Yeah. All right. You think you got this?
Yeah, but I'm gonna stay quiet the majority of time. I'm not
That's
gonna
okay.
engage in any.
Just
public-
don't say anything unhinged, and you're fine. I promise.
Okay.
I believe in you, brother. I believe in you.
What game should I play, bro?
Marvel Rivals.
Is it good? I keep seeing it.
Oh, dude, it is good. I don't like
Okay.
Overwatch, but this game is freaking awesome.
I saw
Bro.
like videos of it, and it looked pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it's basically like Overwatch. It's basically Overwatch.
Yeah, but the Marvel,
fun.
the Marvel like aspect of it makes it a lot more interesting to me than Overwatch.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna like bring the multiplayer versions in my collection. So, let's see what I have.
Oh, by the way, Mo, this is Adam. Adam, this is Mo.
Yeah, this is
Mhm,
your real life
no.
friend.
This is my what?
Real life friend.
No, an
Facebook's
internet
real life.
friend, but you know, Facebook. So that's basically real life.
Yeah, real life social media at least at the very
Right,
least.
exactly.
Oh
Man, I
man,
wish
back in
I wish I could play Cyberpunk.
2011, was it 2011? Yeah, 2011. My ex and I broke up, and about 3 months after we broke up, she sent me a text message stating that she doesn't think we should be Facebook friends because this day and age, social media represents our real lives as well. And I was like, okay, whatever. I blocked you like months ago, but whatever.
You were
Okay,
like, bruh, been done that, okay?
So basically, I got Dead by Daylight,
Nice.
Rainbow Six Siege, but this game made me rage a lot. Red Dead, Resident Evil, Days Gone. I have Assassin's Creed Rogue, Syndicate, and 3. I wish I could play Cyberpunk, but it's not
You
on the
should.
PlayStation
It's so
Wait,
good.
why can't you play Cyberpunk?
because it's not on my PlayStation Plus catalog anymore.
Ah,
That's too bad, man. You're missing
oh,
out.
that's terrible.
Yeah, that's an
I actually
amazing game.
started watching a stream, and the first thing that she played was that like I saw was Cyberpunk, and I've kind of got like wanted to go back into it, but
Did you
I
play
just get
Phantom
lost in it.
Liberty?
No.
Mm-mm. I'm not playing it.
No. Oh.
Let's see.
Dude, Phantom Liberty was an incredible addition to that game.
Let's see what we have. We have Freedom Cry, Assassin's Creed. We have Battlefield, Just Cause.
Just Cause is
Warcraft.
fun.
Free.
Yeah, but it's super unrealistic.
Yeah, who cares? You're playing a video game.
Yeah. But
Yo!
you know, preference is perfect.
Adam. Witcher 4, dude.
My
Oh,
what?
Witcher
Did
3
you
is on
see
my
the trailer?
For which one?
Witcher
Witcher
4.
Oh, Witcher 4. Sorry, I couldn't. No, I have not.
Yo,
So,
go
I
go
have
pull
never
it up.
played The
Watch it
Witcher.
right now. Watch it right now.
Let's see what I have to. I have Dishonored 2, bro. You can never say Dishonored is not a good game.
It is. It's just feels a little dated nowadays.
Dude, I just bought Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver Remaster 1 and 2.
Wait, did they
So-
remaster Soul Reaver?
Yeah, they remastered Soul Reaver. It came out 2 days ago.
Oh my god. You see, I had an edition of EGM back when I was a kid that had Soul Reaver on it, and it looked like such a awesome game, but I was a Nintendo kid, so I never got to play it.
Jesus Christ.
I
what's
think
gonna
I'm
be able to
gonna
run this fucking
play-
game?
I think I'm gonna play The Last of Us. What's it called? The
I
Last
hate-
of Us 2.
I'm so like, I've always pissed people off when I say this. I do not like The Last of Us. I think I have both the first and second, and I just don't like them.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, personal preference.
You ever play No Man's Sky?
I have that on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
It's not fun. It was overhyped
I
back
love it.
then, bro.
It's an incredible game, Mo. You're full of shit. It was overhyped
No.
back in 2016. It's a completely different game now.
Yeah, like, look at how you are now, and you couldn't do that before.
Yeah, even this, where I am right now, was not in the game at all when it first launched.
What are you playing on?
On PC.
PC?
What about
What's
for
your video
Honor?
card?
Oh, dude, it's crossplay. It's fully crossplay.
What
So
about
you
for
could
Honor? I
you could
couldn't
play it
for
on anything, and we'd be able to play together.
Let's
I have
see.
it on PC, but I also have a Meta Quest 3 for PC.
You have what, Quest 3? Oh, a Meta Quest
Meta.
3. Oh, yeah. I have a 2, and I have a Vive.
I gave my kid my 2.
Yeah, I haven't felt the urge to upgrade from the 2 yet. Maybe when I have, like, you know, a few $100 sitting in my pocket that I want to just throw away. Because the problem with Quest is, like, I like it, but I don't use it that much, you know?
I have, like, to my left, I have my cockpit set up. I have a Thrustmaster Warthog.
Stop! I want a Thrustmaster Warthog so bad, dude.
It was a last one open box at
Fuck.
Micro Center, and I got it for like $100 off.
Wait, what
And
do you
I use that to play.
do? You
PCX.
play like FS?
I do,
Oh,
but it got kind of buggy for a little while, so I stopped, and the new one came out, and the new one's even more buggy.
yeah, I've
So-
heard that. I'm giving it some time before I play it. But when I was in high school, dude, I used to run like full 15-hour flights. Like I used to get into that shit.
Oh, dude, I've done that a few times.
Yeah,
I was a virgin. I'm joking.
what? I'm sorry.
I like
I'm
that.
sorry, Mo. Which one of us out of the three of us here is a virgin? Are you saying right now?
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit.
Well, I got got a kid on the way and a 10-year-old, one that's about to be 10, so it's not me.
My
Congratulations.
brother here is doing the honorable and noble thing and waiting for the right person.
Yeah, that's just me, bro.
Yeah, I'm married, so
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
married.
good luck with that, bro.
I'm happily single. I've often
yeah,
been
how-
referred to as a slut, and I wear it proudly.
Yeah,
I
yeah. As a
always joke with my
polynomial.
friends when they're getting married. I'm all like, "So, we got time, right?
Yeah.
Call this whole thing off."
But congratulations to you, dude. I don't know if marriage is right for me. It might be. I'm actually poly, so I have to find somebody who's okay with that if I'm gonna get married.
I mean, when it comes
One of
to
my friends is
marriage,
poly.
when it comes
Hell
to
yeah.
marriage, like when it comes to marriage,
Mm.
it's basically like a sentimental thing, but and like Western wise, because you can have a kid without getting married, like in the West nowadays, but like in the East you should be you need to be married if you want to have a kid.
Yeah, he's Mo is from
Muslim.
Jordan.
Yeah. Is your king still flying F-16s?
What does that even mean? I can't, bro. English is not my first. Can you please?
The king of Jordan used to actually lead flights, like strikes with F-16s, like 10 years ago.
way. Like he would pilot.
Yeah, he would pilot.
That's badass, dude.
He said he can't ask his soldiers to do the same thing if he's not willing to do it himself.
That's pretty based, actually. That's pretty cool. I will say Mo doesn't really like to talk about war-related stuff, though, so I'll just say that. But I think that's pretty fucking cool. What do you think? Okay, we're gonna dip a little bit into politics here. What do you think about the shit that Elon said about the F-35?
I don't know what he said.
He was dissing the program, and I wasn't a big fan of what he was saying personally.
I think that needs to be fixed. The program is just government overspending, and how for years they've never had like metrics based bonuses and payouts. So I think that needs to be fixed. But learning more and more about aviation and what we're allowed to know of what the F-35 is capable of, it's like, okay, yeah, we need this.
Well, I mean, like it's also become an entirely successful platform. Like countries all over the world are buying them.
I mean, if it wasn't good, people wouldn't be buying it. And the thing is, like, Boeing still makes the F-18 Super Hornet.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
Like, the F-15 is still in production. The F-16 is still in production. Yet, they're spending more money to go with the F-35 platform and its capabilities rather than keeping, like, an air superiority.
Well, and we're working on, obviously we're in the, not even, I'd say early mid stages of the 6th gen platform.
Which is incredible because you have the F-22 that nothing could touch.
Yeah, but it also was like
something even better.
There's not really a big use for the F-22 is the problem.
Oh, because they can't. Because some idiot cut the funding and stopped the program early.
And it's too bad because it is by far the most superior fighter in the world that has ever been made. Fuck yeah, go America.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the F-22.
Me too, dude. The Raptor is
what's crazy
badass
is
plane.
It could do all this stuff, yet it doesn't have the connectivity or helmet systems that the F-35 has.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, okay, you ever see that movie Oblivion with Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah, like a long time ago.
Remember he had that little bubble plane thing, and he does the thing where the cockpit turns around, and he can see it shows him everything behind him. They can do that with the F-35. They can see through it.
Woo! That's fucking cool, man. That's pretty fucking cool. That is awesome. I just can't wait to see because I think like our 6th gen is going to be like an AI swarm fighter thing. It looks like it's going to be like there's the platform itself will be like a super high stealth plane with like a small fleet of drones that it serves as like the central hub for. That's such a cool concept.
I think so.
So you have you always been like a big aviation guy, or have you like
Yeah,
recently
my
been really getting into it?
no, I was a little kid. Well, my grandpa died when I was 4, but I still remember him, and he worked for like Bell Helicopter, Boeing, and all that stuff.
That's so cool.
And like, uh, they found a lot of his diaries and stuff afterwards, and he was talking about working on like he had stuff about from working on the SR-71. He at the time.
What? That's my favorite
Yeah.
plane.
My son's playing too, and they found like he was talking about like ceramic tile that they had that they could put in the kiln and pull it out with their bare hands because
Wow.
it just it diffused
Because it was
the
so
heat
heat
and,
resistant.
yeah, and that ended up being what they put on the space shuttle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had all sorts of cool stuff. One thing that we always saw, like the big like C5, what was it, the C-110, and all the really big planes that have those really big wings up top. He's the one that came
yeah.
with the alloy that
Wow.
flexes so the wings don't snap off.
Wow.
And he also redesigned the ramps so tanks could go up into those planes because
Wow.
they were snapping them. So he was a really smart guy. Wish I got
That's
that
pretty
smart.
fucking awesome. Yeah, I've been like a space and aviation guy since I was like a really little kid as well. My family wasn't involved in it. I just was obsessed with it. You know, I just always have been drawn to it. And so, like, to give you an example, I've put over 2,000 hours into Kerbal Space Program.
I think I have that game. I've never once played it.
No, my dude. You've got to play that game.
I gotta see what I have it on.
I mean, you can find, like, if you want to get it on PC, you can find it in, like, a key shop for just pennies nowadays.
Dude, I'm like watching this Witcher trailer, and I have no idea what they can run that on.
Well, apparently none of us do, right? They said it was an unannounced graphics card. And, you know, it's a cinematic trailer. It's not going to be representative of the final graphical fidelity.
It's CD Projekt Red though.
Yep.
Cyberpunk, it may run like shit, but it looked exactly like they showed it to us.
That is true. Well, after they, like, fixed all the bugs and shit. Oh, hey, Josh. Josh in my mod in Kick Chat just said hi in Kick Chat.
Wait, the Aussie Josh?
No, the UK Josh. Or as we call him, Bonger Josh. Adam, do you have Kick?
No.
Okay. It's just another
What is
streaming it's another streaming platform. That's where I have most of my followers, which is not that many. It's 21 so far, but you know, if you feel like jumping over there, giving me a follow, that wouldn't hurt. But that's up to you. No pressure. Oh, and yeah, like I was saying, like if you ever want to invite anybody over, you know, to the server from Nerd World Order, you're welcome to.
I don't want to log in with that because that's my burner that I only use my work phone on. It's gonna be my secondary cosplay one when I finally finish losing weight. It's called it's Thor, but it's spelled T-O-R, and it's Hammer Cockstein.
Are you so you get into cosplay?
I want to create. Well, yes. My goal is to make my own Rinsler from Tron Legacy outfit and then have like a switch that changes the LEDs from that orangish red to the blue, because Tron is just like the coolest.
That's so cool, dude. What do you think? Are you excited for the new movie?
Yeah, okay, I'm a weirdo, like I've said a million times already.
Bro, you're
But
among weirdos. Don't even worry about it.
Jared Leto's actually one of my favorite actors.
Really?
Easton's always
Okay.
giving me shit about him.
Yeah, because he's a bit of a weirdo.
Bit.
Did you ever see like his weird sort of culty retreat thing that he did?
No.
I recommend you look it up. It was pretty wacky. But he is a very good actor. I remember being really impressed with him in Dallas Buyers Club.
I actually didn't see that one.
Oh wow, that's a great movie.
I tried to, but I fell asleep watching it.
Oh dude, that's such a good movie. It's really
Like,
emotional. It's one of Matthew McConaughey's best all-time performances.
No, I don't want to do my chat history. What the hell is this?
Everyone, yeah. Josh in chat, Kick Chat says everyone in that was good. That was a really good movie.
Oh, yeah, it's going into Nerd World Order.
How long has Nerd World Order been around now?
I have no idea. I was invited to it in 2019 after Easton was like, dude, you've been online again for a little while, so I'm going to invite you to this thing. And it was seriously, for years, it was the only reason I was on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean I've been in that group. I don't even know how long. Maybe like, got to be like 6 or 7 years at least. It was Mark Hurtado. I used to work with him at Best Buy. He's the one who brought me into it.
Actually, I think he made a post a few, like 2 years ago or something like that, and that's how we like started talking.
Oh, he's a good dude. Real funny too.
I was gonna go see him live, but you know, that entire not liking to go outside. And,
Oh yeah, that's a thing that I relate to very much. Especially COVID was so bad for that. It let me like really sort of sit in that mode, right? Like for 2 years it was like, oh, not only am I inside, but I have an excuse to be inside.
I wish I could have done the entire stay home during COVID, but I was actually working in the data center at the time, so I had to go to work like every day.
But like if you're in a data center, isn't there a lot of downtime?
No, not the data center I worked for.
Really?
Did you watch that Linus Tech Tips video he did a few weeks back in Toronto at Equinix?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, they got to tour one of our sites, and we are the largest like co-location provider in the world, so we're always busy.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
And
I
what
got
do
one
you
of
do
them,
there?
I got one of them professional stay-at-home jobs where I'm not needed at site anymore. So yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I've been like wandering aimlessly in this game while we've been talking. I have to look at like what I'm actually trying to do here. Lifeforms board space anomaly may be able to assist some of the. Okay, great. Some forging upgrades for nanites. Others may ask for your assistance. All right, well, it doesn't really tell me what to do anyway. How much have you actually played this game?
I gotta think. It's been a long time. When it first came out, I put quite a few hours into it on PlayStation 4.
Same. It wasn't as good as it is now, but I still enjoyed it.
It was like I don't know. I was always playing alone, and it was hard to like fight off pirates and things. And periodically, I'd get on it with my brother, and then he'd say, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom," and he'd leave, and I would have nothing to do.
Well, I mean, you couldn't really play with anybody when it first came out.
No. But it was fun mining stuff. Just every planet I landed on was toxic.
Ooh. Wow.
Mitch posted that video of that chick making a sandwich or something like that, and all she's doing is shaking her boobs.
Oh, I saw that. I was like,
I
what?
could be a Twitch
I
streamer.
was thinking, what sandwich?
Damn, girl, just take that piece of meat and stick it between those.
That's funny,
My
dude.
computer's telling me it wants to upgrade to the Windows 11 24H2, and I'm like, I don't know. Haven't heard
I'm
anything
still-
good about it.
I'm on like an ancient fucking rig that's not Windows. It's not Windows 11 compatible. And it's annoying because they're like, "Oh, you have to upgrade because of security stuff," and I'm like, "Seriously? That's some bullshit." Because it still runs decently well. Like you can see the quality I'm playing at right now isn't dog shit.
That looks fine.
Yeah. It's a 1080 GTX.
Yeah, that's a great card.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought one for $450, and I got a second one for $400, and I put them in SLI back in the day.
Ooh, SLI. That's a throwback.
Yeah. I bought a 4090 2 years ago because I had the money, and I was like, I'm playing VR, and that's the only reason I got it. And this is how terrible it is. There's a new card coming out. I'm like, I'm not gonna have the best one anymore. And this is the first time I've ever had the best card. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna
I
have the
know
best one
those
anymore.
feels.
I need it.
I'm probably waiting for the 5 series before the 50 series before I finally begrudgingly upgrade. But I don't want to because again, like I can play 4K at like 30 FPS and get, decent quality out of it. Like, and I'm an experienced guy, right? I don't need the best graphics as long as I'm having fun. But I guess eventually I just kind of don't have a choice anymore because they're like, no, we're going to force you, and my computer can't upgrade to Windows 11. Yeah. And the thing was,
You got so many chat groups in your Discord.
yeah, I know. We have a lot of different topics. And we use most of them, too, is the crazy thing.
Like, you're playing No Man's Sky, and it says that I'm playing Scrivener.
Is that what you're playing?
It's my the program I use to write.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. What are you writing?
A cheesy love story.
Oh.
It was originally going to be one book, but I've got like, let me pull it up real quick. I have, how do I tell? I have 101,000 words written so far,
Nice.
and it's
Go
it's
ahead.
turned into 3.
3 books?
Yeah, it's going to be at least 3 books.
Yeah, so I'm actually working on a trilogy of my own right now, but it's currently on pause because I'm starting a company with a friend that I actually met on Discord who lives in Sweden, and that's sort of taking a lot of my attention.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's weapons manufacturing, actually.
We gonna blow shit up.
Yep. Military weapons manufacturing.
We're gonna blow shit up from around the corner.
Exactly. So that's pretty cool. That's exciting. We're still early on, obviously, but it's pretty cool. But the story that I'm working on is a big ol' epic space opera.
Oh, cool. I got a plan for something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's more fantasy based. I want to be able to write this
it
down so I
is.
can
It
make
is
sure
very fantasy based. Mine as well, actually. I don't know if you want to like hear.
Oh, you can talk about yours all you want.
Okay, cool. It's gonna take a second though, because there's a lot to go over. um, but it's set in an alternate. Here, I'm just gonna pause while I talk about this. It's set in a different universe, right? A different galaxy, and to sort of set the story, set the tale, um, like some 20, 30 billion years before our story takes place. Um, some god creates the whole universe and creates all of the galaxies, and in each galaxy he places a lower god to watch over and be in charge of that galaxy. And in the galaxy that our story takes place, that god created several lower gods to sort of gently push things in different directions, without directly intervening, right?
Mhm.
Now, they all lived in a city that they created inside of the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. Now, one of the interesting things about the physics of this galaxy is that there's five fundamental forces, right? Instead of the four that you and I are familiar with. So we have the four fundamental forces, and then we have a fifth. This fifth fundamental force, the what it's able to do is interact directly with all four of the other fundamental forces. It can manipulate them, it can change them, and so on and so forth. Um, every living thing in this universe will have an organ or some function of their cells that allows them to manipulate and influence this fifth fundamental force. Drawing a little bit from Star Wars there, right?
Mhm.
And so, in this early universe, in this early galaxy, these gods live in this city, and like I say, they sort of gently guide things. And this is a whole city filled with gods, but there are several like major gods who are like the most important ones, and lots of little minor gods and so on. But eventually, those major gods, they become disillusioned with what the sort of ruling god has stopped them from doing, has stopped them from intervening with mortal lives more directly, because they watch the mortals killing each other, doing terrible things to each other, so on and so forth, etc. And they feel that they will have a better chance of creating, more happiness and prosperity for everyone if they are able to influence things more directly. So eventually, they all band together and betray that creator god, and they attempt to kill that god. And right before they do, that god splits itself into several pieces and throws those pieces across the galaxy. It's essentially dead, but the parts of its life force and its energy are spread randomly across the galaxy. And then those pieces will inhabit different mortals throughout time. If one of those mortals dies, it will find another mortal to then inhabit, right? We call those shards. So then the gods are let loose from that city in the black hole, and they go out and start directly interfering with the lives and civilizations of mortals. So now we have a galaxy where the gods literally live among us, and we know who they are, right? They're not like hidden or anything. And so they establish their own factions, their own different groups. But then, of course, over time, voice crack, over time they start warring with each other, right? And over like billions of years, those wars continue as they struggle for control of different places, each one of them having different ideas of how things need to be run throughout the galaxy. Now, some of the interesting things about these gods: while they are essentially immortal through age, they can be killed, and their life force and their power can be taken by another mortal who then will ascend to the level of that god, right? So if you kill a god and take their life force, you now become that god. We call that a vessel, right? They become a vessel for the god.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when we get to our story, most of the gods are not the same original gods that started. There are a couple here and there, but for the most part, they are people that have taken that power for themselves. Now, when it comes to the power itself that we talk about, it really does allow you to like manipulate all different functions of reality. But like anything else, right, there's a level of natural skill, there's a level of like training and understanding you have to have, almost like an athlete. So a regular person will be able to do simple things like open a door without having to touch it, right? Move things around and shit like that. Basic day-to-day stuff. But somebody who's trained and become a warrior will be able to do far more crazy feats, like create balls of energy, like fight in really intense different ways and stuff like that. And so you'll have these warriors that are like stronger than other people and have all of these other powers, and they sort of get like a sort of like, powers that I would describe as like a mix between like Dragon Ball Z and like Jedi, for example. And it's gonna like create these really cool like massive battle scenes where you have like more regular like soldiers who have weapons that like draw their power from this force, right? And then among those you'll have like fewer but still a decent amount of like these stronger warriors who are like able to like jump around, beat up like huge amounts of people, throw energy balls at each other, crazy shit. And another interesting thing about the power is like, as a living being, your emotions very strongly influence the way your power manifests. Who you are very strongly influences the way your power manifests. So like, let's say you're angry, you're the way that energy shows up around you is going to be red, right? Maybe some flickers of like orange and yellow and stuff like that. You get the idea. And another important part is you have to be able to control it. So if you can't control it and your outbursts of emotions overpower you, you could eventually turn into what's called a husk, where the power and those emotions essentially take control of you and you become an empty shell, hence the term husk, of what you used to be. So like, for example, I have this one interesting one in my head where it's like this little girl who like watches her family get brutally murdered in front of her. She watches her whole, town just get like raped and pillaged, and she turns like from a little girl, just a regular looking little girl, into like this gray skinned, her eyes turn into like voids, there's like sludge dripping out of her mouth, and she like constantly floats around just devouring the life energy and power energy of everything she comes across, where she's just essentially moving to feed that hunger and sadness. She doesn't even really inhabit her own mind anymore, to an extent. So a big part of like, being able to use this power is being able to train to have enough control over your emotions that it doesn't essentially take over you and turn you into a husk. Now, and there's going to be so many things that I don't remember to talk about, I know, because this is like I have like pages and pages and pages and pages of like world building and notes and shit like that. But our main story follows two sisters, an older sister and a younger sister, and one of them is a being which one of the shards of the original god chose to inhabit, naturally giving her a lot of power, right? And they essentially will embark on a journey to reunite all of the shards and restore the original god, to bring all of the gods back to the center of the galaxy and allow mortals their own freedom again. And yeah, it's gonna be super interesting, I think. Do you have any
Cool.
questions? Because I know I went over a lot of shit.
No, there's a lot like it's kind of some stuff that's kind of similar to my story, so I kind of understand it.
Yeah.
But my like, yeah, no. You got more? Keep going.
Yeah. So from like a storytelling perspective, I'm gonna have it start off with them living on a like a planet that's not aware of like the rest of the galaxy, because their parents realized when they were young that one of them had the shard, and they knew that if anybody else found out, they would be coming for them. So they fled to a far-flung planet away from everybody else that hasn't developed like warp drive or advanced technology, is essentially stuck in like middle-age level technology, so that they could hide from the galaxy at large. They never told the girls like where they came from or anything like that. So they have no knowledge of any of this, right? They just live as like a regular citizen in this galaxy on this planet, not knowing of the wider universe. And then our faction, our like main baddie faction, right? They realize they are able to locate where this shard is, this last shard that nobody really knows about, or nobody knew where it was. And their goal is to get their vessel of their god to reunite as much power as possible to actually revive the original god, whose life force is being held by every subsequent vessel. And so they go looking for her on this planet, and when they arrive, they kill the parents in front of the two girls, and their outburst of sadness and anger and all of that stuff they can't control, and it results in a huge explosion that not only kills the two envoys of the bad dudes, but flattens their entire town, right? And then you have like a sort of like an Obi-Wan figure who was an old friend of the parents from before they fled, who comes looking for them because the parents had sent out like a distress signal once they saw these other people were coming. And they come and they pick up the girls and they take them to go to like a guru to like get trained and all of that shit. And one of the cool things I want to do in the beginning is I want everyone to sort of think it's like the older sister who's the one who holds the shard, but it'll turn out that it's actually the younger sister, and we're gonna have the older sister sort of like have like a fall to the quote unquote dark side, and we'll have that really interesting sort of relationship dynamic between the two of them, have her come back around to like the quote unquote light side by the end, have nice emotional sort of family stuff going on there. Yeah, and again, like I know I'm like probably skipping over some stuff here because there's a lot to go in, but yeah, I really wanted to create a universe that other people want to write stories in, and that was sort of like the big impetus for how I started writing this particular story. So yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
That's right up my alley of stuff I like.
I'll say this: the level of power our main character is going to achieve through this is going to be insane by the end of these stories. And to give you an example, towards the end of like the climax of the entire story itself, there's going to be a point where I hope you don't mind if I spoil a couple things right now.
No, not at all.
Okay. Where the bad guys are able to, at the end, revive the old god, because of course you do, right? Because if you're gonna show a gun in Act 1, you gotta have it go off in Act 3, right? And so he's on the other side of the galaxy, and she has to go stop him from doing something in time, and she can't get there by conventional faster than light travel means, right? So what she does is they find a nearby neutron star with like a dead planet orbiting it. She goes down to the surface of the planet and then launches off the surface of the planet at like near relativistic speeds, flies through the center of the neutron star, grabs a piece of its core, and as she comes out the other side, she starts to smush it into a singularity, which she then uses to tear a hole in space-time and wrap it around her to essentially create a wormhole to where she needs to go on the other side.
That's pretty rad.
Right? It's gonna be wild. This is gonna be so wild. I want it to be like super ridiculous, over the top, just some of the craziest like action and shit like that you're gonna see, like Dragon Ball level shit with like, you know, Star Wars mixed in with Lord of the Rings kind of mixed in there a bit. It's sort of, I see it as sort of like a love letter to all of my favorite sci-fi and fantasy series.
No, it's cool because you got to borrow something from somewhere. I mean, like, there's always something you see and it's like, oh, that's a cool idea. I wish they would expand upon it a little bit.
Right, yeah. And I felt like the way I wrote this, there's like so few limits on the way you could write stories that, again, like I really wanted to make something that other people want to write stories for.
I think that's cool.
Yeah. What about yours? Tell me about yours.
Well, like I said, there's the love story I'm writing right now. But it takes me forever to explain because it's sad.
Oh, but that's sometimes you need
But,
some sad.
There's like my like the one I really want to write, but I want to be able to like learn how to write and get better at describing like shit. I was never a big Game of Thrones fan, like the books, and I always make jokes about it. I remember at one time I was at work and everyone was talking about something that happened the night before, and it had to do with Stannis Baratheon. I'm like, that is the dumbest name I have ever heard. Stannis Baratheon, yet everyone on the fucking planet knows who it is. And I was like, and everyone writes a dragon book, like like, yes, dragons are awesome. Either you got to fight them or you got to use them to save the world or whatever. But no one actually talks about where the dragons come from. And back in the day, there was this movie called Reign of Fire, which I absolutely fucking love, where there was one male dragon and a shit ton of females, and the male had to go around their eggs. And until like, you know, they ended up eating all the, like, they burned everything to the ground and they ate the ash, and they're the ones that killed the dinosaurs and all that shit. It has Matthew McConaughey in it. It's a great fucking movie. Christian Bell, Jordan there.
What'd you say it was called again?
Reign of Fire.
Reign of Fire. Okay.
It still has some of the best like dragon VFX ever done on screen. And
okay.
Anyways, so my entire thing was like, you know, like everyone's like, oh, the dragon this. My story is going to be about the dude that fucks the dragon. And it's called, you know, you always have your Dragon Slayer, and then there was that game Dragon's Lair. Well, the saga's called the Dragon Lair.
Classic.
So, I don't know, but like in my thing, it's not just like these fantasy stories always have like kingdoms and whatnot, but it's always like a kingdom on the same like continent or within like a few hundred miles of each other, or a few thousand. Well, this one, the kingdoms are the planets, and at this point, technology has evolved to this point where they can subdue a dragon, but they can't kill a dragon. The things with the dragons, they have like a magic that defy like law. There's still the laws of physics that man has to go by. However, the few who ride the dragons and breed with them, they don't. The laws of physics mean jack shit to them. And like some guys are better like hand-to-hand combat or strategy and stuff like that. Like they can just like think outside the box. Others are, you know, brawlers. They just, you know, they go in and they fight. Usually the ones that like they're the dragons because they have to be able to get in fast and handle business. And you know, it's like Sauron fighting whatever the battle, whatever. You know, the battle where he kills Isildur's dad, and you know, just flinging bodies everywhere. Well, that's how those dudes are. Well, pretty much humans have become shitty, and it takes place in our solar system, and like planets like Jupiter had been terraformed at one point because the dragons can restart a star. Like if the star is running out of the natural element, it can fly into the star and restart the star if they want to. Well, there's one dragon that's over all of them, and she's like the mother of all the dragons, and she's just tired of humanity, and she has lived since the beginning of the universe, and she's tired, and she wants to die, but it takes her like billions of years to get to this point, and like her planet's actually like Earth, but it's like a gazillion years in the future. It doesn't look anything like it does now because she's able to reset the tectonic plates and all that shit, and North isn't what we know North as. And so, like, it's Earth, it's the third planet from the sun, and she's able to put a shield over the planet that's protected that kingdom for, at this point, like thousands of years of their recorded history or whatever. And so they're able to defend themselves from attackers, and but the attackers are coming from the dying, planets in our solar system, where they can no longer generate heat on their own planet, and they're coming to Earth because it's the one planet that should be around the longest that they can live on. But the shield has protected them for all this time. Well, it's starting to fail, so like the big ships, like the capital ships, can't get in, but every now and then they can get like probes and small like transport ships in, which usually have like ambassadors that pretty much come to tell them like, hey, we know your stuff's failing. You can either like sign with us and we'll we can live in harmony, or we're just going to take your shit and kill all of you. And the line of world.
Hey, at least it's a choice, right?
Yeah. And the entire thing is they need to get to the planet because they want to be able. Because you find out that the few dragons that are still alive are what's powering their ships and everything, and their civilizations, and they're dying, and they're trying to get to find out how to make more of them. And well, on this planet, since they have the kings used to be the dragon lair. They ended up ruling that planet. Well, they just became shitty after time, and she just decided, she's like, no, I'm not gonna bond with one. I'm not gonna create more offspring. They did this themselves. Maybe it's time humanity just dies out, and we'll see what the universe does next. And so the king has a daughter who, she's an actual good person, and the dragon knows she's there, and she's like, this is the type of person I would like to partner with, but she's a woman, and she can't, the DNA doesn't mix right, so she can't have more, like, give birth to other dragons from her, and it sucks. Well, another thing is there's technology on this planet too. However, technology is only for, so like the peasants and stuff, they live like it's the Dark Ages, except for the few that like some of them just naturally understand technology and can create new technology. But that doesn't mean if you're like a peasant, you can't become a knight. And so you're still a peasant. You're allowed to use technology in the castle and stuff like that, or around them, to provide services to the upper class. However, when your shift is over, you go home, you dress in like rags. And not only can this guy like do modern technology, he understands blacksmithing, which a lot of people have like stopped being able to do. And so, his village is able to have like a halfway decent life. He can do metal work, he can build stuff, he can teach him how to do things.
Right.
But he has terrible vision. And he's allowed to have his wear glasses and stuff when he's working, but they take him away from him when they send him home. And at one point, he had an older brother that used to like make him go out in the forest and learn how to get around without like being able to see. So he learned how to feel things. He just kind of knew where he was. Mm-hmm. One day, it's really late and it's dusk. So that's when his eyes are trying to adapt. So it's when his vision's the absolute worst. He falls and stumbles, and at this base of the mountain, and everyone knows this is where like the queen dragon lives. You know where it's at. It's just she doesn't let anyone in. and the dragon riders used to be able to leave, and they can never find an opening from where they left. And this dude's stumbling around, and he puts his hand. He's feeling along the walls, and he puts his hand down, and it takes his he feels something prick his finger, and it takes his DNA, and it opens up because he's compatible with the dragon. And I mean, it's been forever since someone's actually been compatible, and the last time someone was compatible, she didn't choose him. And she realizes he's a good person. She allows him in because something's chasing him. He doesn't know what's chasing him, but it ends up being some of the king's men trying to figure out how to get in there, and they saw him, and you're not allowed to be around if you're a peasant. And so he's in there. She's like protecting him and talking to him, and she like explains the entire history of like our like solar system, which goes into our galaxy and all that stuff. And he's like, well, you know, if our sun's dying or whatever and you can restart it, why don't you restart it? And she's like, because she's like, you know, you guys had your chance and you ruined it. And you know, the other thing is, because he knows technology, he knows the princess, because you know he brings her things that she wants, and she's actually a really good person, and she doesn't agree with how everything is. Well, the king can only have daughters, like he's only ever had daughters, and he wants a son, but he can't have one, and he's dying, and so he's thinking about giving the kingdom up to the invaders. And she's like, no, that's not going to happen. And she ends up like saying she's going to defend the planet or whatever. And Home Dude tells like the Queen Dragon, he's like, hey, she's exactly what you want. She's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't matter how good of a person she is. Just, you know, DNA. That's the one thing. She's like, that's the one thing I can create matter. However, I cannot change your DNA.
Hang on, hold that thought for 1 second. Hey, Daniel, welcome, buddy. The tree dude, his name is Helios, and he checks my shit every once in a while. I forgot because I haven't played this in forever. All right, keep going, Adam.
But yeah, so you know, the invaders are coming. Like they've been able to like build a force up on the planet now, slowly like unloading troops and like tearing down like part of the planet. But you know, they don't ever leave that area. Like the population is only in a few million instead of like a few billion, because it's like bottlenecked down, and they don't go outside of what can be protected like 100%. And you know, he's like he finds out that they're able to come in the main entrance because they have a dragon that can get through the shield. And he's like, hey, they're coming for you. And he's like, I'm not going to let them kill you. And she's all like, well, I'm not going to fight. And he's like, well, you don't have to fight. I'll fight. He's like, I don't want to ride you. I don't care. I don't want to be a leader. He's like, all I know is that, he's like, because he's like absolutely in love with the princess. She has no idea. And he's like, I just know the woman I love is about to give her life to protect people she doesn't even know. And you don't give a shit. And so she allows him into the armory, and you find out the reason why no one could kill the dragon riders is the armor they wore was actually the dragon's scale. So, and she can create matter and out of nothing, and he finds this out. So he's able to create his own weapons, and he kind of puts like, it's like, you know, he's a blacksmith, but he also understands technology. So he understands how to create this
blacksmith.
Yeah, like just out of nothing. So he's able to like come up with weapons on the fly. He doesn't have to carry, like, he carries like a bar. Tron had a lot of influence on me as a kid. Like it's like a little bar, and it will change into a sword, an axe, a staff, and all that. And he finds out like his natural like affinity towards like the magics is lightning, and he finds out that his lightning is hotter than the sun. So it'll punch a hole through anything. And he's like, okay, I can do this. And you know, after he's defending everything, but you know, it's just like one person versus, at this point there's like thousands and thousands of troops with technology. They can't get through his armor, but they can subdue him, pin him down so he can't move. And at this point, the princess finds her way to the dragon, and she's like, the only reason he's gonna fail is because you won't help him. And she's like, he's like everything that you've like asked for centuries, and you won't protect him. And she's like, well, men have failed before. And she's like, and the princess like trying to speak like just logically. She's like, and we're always gonna fail. It's like you're here to help us.
Right.
And she's like, because she's like, I know without us, you can no longer exist. So she's like, okay. And she finally like goes out to him, and he like, they go through what's there on the planet, and then they find out that there's thousands of ships, because they can't leave their planet. They've lost like all like space travel, and so it's like they have the shield that protects them, so they haven't really developed like space travel or weapons like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, how are we going to get there? And she's like, well, millions of years ago, mankind, before we decided to like reveal ourselves again, mankind was able to go to the stars. And she's like, and
I
we
love it when we mix sci-fi and fantasy, by the way, obviously, but I love that.
And like, and the thing is there's not like a religion either. Like, there's no religion. And
I'd say probably the same for mine, because like, what's the use of religion if your gods actually live among you?
And like, he actually like, they're like actually talking at one point. He's all like, he's like, what do you believe in? And she actually says that there was someone that created everyone, and mankind's religions have kind of come close a little bit to it, but it's never been exact.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided what's going to happen with that, but as far as like they're concerned, like no one knows where humans actually came from, and the dragons didn't originally come from Earth, but she found it, and they were dying out because they were never able to breed by themselves. It's just they were there, and the thing is they were supposed to find each other and then create like utopia, but men are really violent, and that's how it always is. Well, she
the truth.
She ends up taking him into, like, he's able to go into space and defend the planet, and then she reignites the shield, and she's like, well, it's your planet now. And she's like, we bonded. And the big thing is, I left this part out, when they unite with the dragon, the man becomes sterile for human kids. He can never have human kids after this. And the reason was they wanted to keep the amount of people who could bond down to a minimum. So to try to prevent like all-out war, because at one point there was before they like really unveiled themselves, there was a nuclear war, and almost killed themselves when there are too many weapons. So she's like, yeah, not happening again. And so he finally tells like the princess that he's like, he like has feelings for her and cares for her. She's like, I've known you since. She's like, we've known each other since we were kids. She's like, to think that I had no feelings for you is stupid. And so they're doing this, and then she realizes that she's never gonna have kids. So he just says, find someone that's worthy and allow your kingdom to flourish. But the only one that can have, you find out that the only one that can have kids is him, because she grants him the ability to.
Okay.
And so that's like the start of it. And then you find out later on that men are not the only race. There's other races because the dragons came from a different planet.
Right.
But men are not the only like intelligent life. And you can't really say they're all that intelligent at this point because they've forgotten so much. But you find out there's like aliens and stuff, and there's other creatures that are natural enemies of the dragons, that can hurt them later on. And I don't know. That's the thing is like I want to be able to like at least get like the first one out or something. And I don't know
Sure.
if I want to keep like uh, most sci-fi or if I want to do like the Dune thing where thousands of years stories.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to do. I mean, like with mine, the story I'm telling takes place over a shorter amount of time, but like the setup to the story is over billions of years, right? Um,
Yeah.
but I have another one that's like a hard sci-fi story that takes place over like hundreds of thousands of years. Have you ever read the Three Body Problem series?
I have read part of it and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. So it's heavily influenced by that series. Um, with sort of like another interpretation of like a Fermi paradox dark forest solution situation. Uh,
Yeah.
I won't get too much into it because I've already talked your ear off on my other stories.
No,
But
I like this stuff.
well, okay. I mean, just to do it quickly, we reveal ourselves to the rest of the galaxy. It turns out the rest of the galaxy is fucking dickbags because if they reveal themselves, everyone's a dickbag. So the idea is if you show yourself, blow them up because it's easier to do that than to expend more resources to do it later. So you get we've revealed ourselves. Turns out they're coming to kill us. Um, and we realize they're coming to kill us. So we manage to get, like a small group of humans to be able to leave Earth on like generational fleet. That generational fleet then wanders for some 100,000 years, like on the brink of the death of the human race, but eventually we find another race of aliens that is young like ours are. No, sorry, the first one's going to be about 10,000 years. Another race of aliens like ours are, and we sort of get together and try to form a new alliance where we try to change the sort of status quo of the galaxy, which is you see someone, you kill them, right? So we're trying to, with our new allies, go around, find new races, and establish peaceful relations from the beginning rather than warring relations from the beginning. And we start to build grow an alliance until we run into an alien species that's far beyond our power and definitely does not have the same point of view. They nearly wipe us out again, and then we spend the next 100,000 years, barely hanging on, like depressed, like we're beaten down. We're this tiny race now with like a few thousand people left, and we've almost become extinct. So over those 100,000 years, we slowly build up again. But this time, once we're strong, our two races, right, have the same idea of wanting to unite the galaxy under a new status quo. But this time, it's by the use of an iron fist. It's either you change or we kill you. And yeah, and then that's kind of how we move forward. It's really interesting. I think it's a really interesting concept, like to watch like over eons how like the things that happen to a species could change how it views creating peace, right? Originally wanting to do it through peaceful means, but then eventually going to warring means, to means of destruction in order to achieve that goal.
Yeah, there's this YouTube channel I watch where they have like stories like kind of like that,
Mm-hmm.
and every time like I like the ones where like the humans are peaceful until they're not.
Yeah, like there's a lot of interesting stories in sci-fi like that. Um, story. Let's see. Humanity Lost is one right now that's kind of doing something like that. There's a lot of really cool stories in sort of cosmic horror sci-fi that are really cool to explore, I think, right now. And yeah, I kind of with this one, I kind of want to throw a little bit of my hat into the ring with that because I think it's a really cool concept to explore for sure. Oh, who's here?
Hello.
Who joined?
Who do you think?
Daniel?
No, I'm Batman. No, I'm just kidding.
Daniel, this is my buddy Adam.
Yes, I can
Adam,
do
this is
it.
my buddy Daniel.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, chap.
Hello, Governor. You're a little late.
Late for what?
You said 8:45.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. You're lucky I'm even on. I got so much other shit to do. I gotta be up at 5 a.m. But I want to play a little
Oh,
Rocket
that
League,
sucks.
too, so...
Yeah, I'm playing
no,
No Man's Sky.
so-
Adam, what are
so
you
game.
playing right now?
Halo Wars 2.
Wow.
crazy.
How is it? I liked the first one, but I never played the second
Oh,
one.
dude. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys something really disgusting here in a minute when I can check out my service record in the game.
Do it.
See
Do
how many
it.
hours I have put into it.
Oh, this is going to be gross. This is going to be
It's
nasty.
disgusting. Let me. I gotta go wipe out the space and I can check it out. I'm trying to
Just,
get my.
Just,
XP for the
commit a little genocidal act against some covenant. Just do it.
It's humans versus humans right now. I'm fighting the AI
wow.
Isabel.
Your own kind. Okay.
Rice trader.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. I hope you're
You know,
proud.
that's the thing is like I love the Spartans and Master Chief, but the Sangheili are one of the coolest races in all of.
Wait, which ones are those?
They're the elites. You know, like the Arbiter and stuff?
Shit. I didn't even realize there were other fucking names for them.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Halo fan.
Yeah, I can tell, bro. I was not that deep into the lore. I kind of the last Halo game I really played was 4, and then I was like, man, I don't really like it anymore.
What'd you
Dude,
feel about the
what's your
TV
favorite?
series?
Okay, like I said, I'm a weirdo. The reason I liked it, first off, I liked it. The main reason I liked it is because my dad
Daniel's
watched it.
of
My-
derision.
My mom watched it. My boss watched it. All of them watched it, and they got into They think Halo is really cool now because of that show.
I can
And
see if
it's like
you're
the
like
only
a
ones-
new person who doesn't.
If you're
know
just
any
brand
of the
new to
lore.
it, yeah. It's like the same person that liked M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender.
Ugh.
If you
Dude, I
didn't
was
watch
on
the
shrooms.
cartoon.
I was on shrooms when I watched
You
that
watched
in
the
theater.
cartoon.
Okay, so I didn't watch Avatar. Like I gotta tell you this right now. I have an
Daniel,
Uncle
wait,
Iroh
Daniel,
action figure
Daniel in
it,
chat goes,
and-
"Ew, brother, what? Ew, what's that, brother?"
Eh. So I have Uncle Iroh and an Aang action figure
Uh-huh.
from the
Yeah.
cartoon, but I didn't
Never
watch
watched
the
the
cartoon
cartoon?
when it first aired. Like I
It's
didn't
one of the
watch
best of all
Yeah,
time.
I haven't watched
Next
it either. I
to-
need to get around to it.
I would
I
say
saw the movie first, the live action
Trash.
movie first,
horrendous.
and I liked it. I was like, what's everyone talking about? This is
course,
really
you're-
cool.
So you just proved my point. That's great. That's fine.
Daniel in chat says.
then-
Daniel in chat says,
I was-
"What
I
M
was
Night
talking-
Shyamalan movie? There's no such thing."
I was talking to this one person. I didn't even know this person, and he said that's it. It's on Netflix. We're going to your house right now. And we're watching. I was like, okay. So we
What,
went
the
and watched it.
cartoon?
Like, yeah, I was hooked on the cartoon. Like,
Yeah, it's one of. I would say the two best like semi like teen cartoons because I consider it more like a teen, not like a kids cartoon. Is that and Star Wars Clone Wars series? That
Clone Wars
cartoon
is
series.
amazing.
Dude,
Yes.
I love Clone Wars.
Those are the two best to me.
Dude, I have a version that somebody made of Clone Wars in Episode 3 where they spliced
where they
all of
interweave
this. Yes, dude, it's so good.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
saw that.
4. It's like 4 hours
Yeah, I've
long.
seen it too.
Dude, it's so awesome. Holy shit.
Dude,
I have it
love
on
how
my
in the
hard
actual
drive
cartoon,
somewhere.
They actually the lines that were spoken by the actors in the show or in the movie, they put those same voices in for those scenes in the Clone Wars cartoon, and I was like, oh, this is so good.
Have you guys started watching Skeleton Crew yet?
No.
I
I heard
did.
it's good.
It's
Yeah.
Heard
pretty
good
dope.
reviews.
It's pretty good. I really like it. Now I'm biased because obviously I worked on the press junket.
That's not biasm, because if you could work on something, you can still be, objective to
Yeah,
whether it's
but
good
I
or
don't
not.
know. Like
You're
if you
biased because you're a Star Wars fan.
okay, that's
All right,
also
are you
fair.
ready for my total time played? This is Halo Wars 2 total time played.
Go for it.
1,010 hours, 14
Sorry, say it
minutes
again,
and
you cut
41
out.
seconds. 1,010 hours, 14 minutes and 41 seconds of game time.
Jesus, that's a lot.
I mean,
Halo
I
Wars
would
too.
say that's impressive, but like I said, I've got over 2,000 hours in KSP, so
Yeah,
but that's still.
But this
just
is Halo
insane for-
Wars.
that is
for
Halo, Wars.
yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Josh in chat says rookie numbers, and Daniel says I like Skeleton Crew so far. I do too. I'm excited to see where it goes. This is cool writing. Some people are like, oh, it's for kids, but that hasn't bothered me at all. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Daniel, I have Empire at War as well, and I've modded the shit out of it too. But I don't know. I didn't get as into it as it seems like you probably did.
I played it until it stopped working on my computers.
I hate it when mods break a game. It makes me so upset. Especially if you put like a ton of time into it and then you just add one mod and you don't know which one it is that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And you're just like, fuck this. I'm not going to spend the time to figure it out. Daniel, you got to get into
What's
PC
up?
gaming, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do that.
Jesus, oh my God, chat Daniel just put us all to fucking shame. He just put us
What?
all to fucking shame. On his Steam account for Empire at War, he has a little over 3,200 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Wait. Josh, what's your hours record, buddy? I know you have a crazy one too, right? He's about to. Oh, Josh says he's gonna re-download. Wow. Daniel helped as a mod tester for several modding communities. Don't tell me in days. That doesn't tell me anything. Give it
I don't
to
feel
me
like
in
multiplying.
hours. This is how we do things here. Fucking days.
Alright, what is this fucking kit?
10K plus hours. That's
What's your
retarded,
nickname?
bro. That's retarded. My kick name is Jordan World. Don't forget the U. JOURDAN.
Yeah, those kind of hours are like Ark Survival hours. Everything else that doesn't even make sense. Ark
He has
Survival. people let the
10K
game go.
hours on one character. Wait, when did you start playing that character? Thank you for the follow, Adam. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Oh shit! Who called? All right, hold up. I gotta answer.
Why did my follower count go down? That doesn't make no sense.
Because accept the cookies. Alright. Jockstar plays. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's Josh. How does that make any sense? I had 21 followers, now I had 20. Kick is fucking ratchet sometimes. Some goofy shit. But yeah,
Halo
appreciate the
Infinite,
follow.
I only have 310 hours in it.
Only. Let's see, what on Steam do I have the most hours in? Let's see. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program on my Steam account has 1,100 hours, but because I launched from the mod thing, a lot of times it doesn't count my hours. Fallout 4, 905 hours. Stellaris, just under 600 hours. Cyberpunk, 588 hours. Oxygen not included, 562 hours. Stardew 423 hours. Elite Dangerous 422. Factorio 413. No Man's Sky 370. I'm adding more to that right now. Satisfactory 370. My Time at Porsche 347. And then we get down into like the 200 hours, and there's like a lot of shit there. I have a problem.
Yeah, my Steam library is weak.
Why? You gotta pump up those numbers, bro.
Oh, for 6 years I worked overnights, and 2 of them I worked 2 jobs, or I didn't play games for years,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't really start getting back into like gaming until about 2018,
Uh-huh.
2017, 2018, when I started building my computers again.
Yeah, you gotta
For
get those
gaming.
numbers up. Crusader Kings is a dope game, Daniel. I think I played 3, though, not 2. Alright, what am I doing? Ooh, there's like bioluminescence. Look at that. That's fucking cool, dude. How much do you have in Arc, Josh?
What's up?
Yo. You guys chat for a second. I'm just gonna go to the restroom real quick.
You good? I might. They didn't answer my call back. They didn't answer my text. I might get another work call. I don't know how I missed that. Get my volume down. Doo-doo. Damn.
Did you guys see they're making a new Turok game?
No, I never played it. Only game I care about right now is Witcher 4. That looks dope. Borderlands 4. That looks good. And then I gotta play this Phantom Liberty DLC for Cyberpunk.
I really got to finish Cyberpunk so I can do the DLC.
Dude, Cyberpunk's fun. Man, dude, it's got great ending options. You know, I did all 3 beginnings, and then I'm trying to do all the endings.
Cyberpunk has some of the best atmosphere for like any game ever.
I just like walking around and
That's what I'm saying.
pulling out my mantis blades and killing people.
Oh, I love it. I asked Josh how many hours he has in Arc, and he goes only like 3K. He
Yeah,
said only.
sounds about
He
right.
said only.
Sounds about right. That's the average Arc player.
Motherfucker.
That's I mean that's under compared to most Arc players. How much was 222 days again? That's how many my buddy had.
Jesus, 222 days?
Yeah, I completely stopped playing Ark because it ran like dog shit.
5,328 hours.
Yeah, that's how much he had on it.
Good God.
Yeah.
And I'm all like,
You wanna
yeah, I
talk-
got over 2,000 in KSP. I'm such a badass. I'm a fucking noob. But if you add up like all my hours together, I know I have some crazy fucking number.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I have 716 games?
Jesus.
Yeah, how is that possible? That doesn't even make sense.
Bro, this is so cool looking. Look at this bioluminescent grass I have here on this planet. That's so cool.
Motherfuckers over here, like, look at the grass.
It's cool. They did a good job. This game has come such a long way. Ouch.
Okay, so like I'm in the GOG thing, and it's telling me that I have all these games because it's taking into account
Oh
all of my
shit.
Xbox games and all my PlayStation games as well.
FPS for them is like garbage. I wonder if it'll be better in space.
I wonder.
Have you guys seen that new Mac Studio?
No, what's that? CD Project Red's all I care
I'm sorry,
about
not the
now.
Mac, the Mac Mini. It's like the
Oh
size of
yeah.
an Apple TV, and you can get one with the M4 Pro processor in it. It's like get one of those and buy one of those the Elgato stream cards, the
Yeah.
Thunderbolt ones, and it's like
I should get it. Yeah, I
the
should
size
get
of a
like a
shoebox.
streaming card. Let me check this here.
Why does it only show No Man's Sky for PlayStation?
Yeah, it is super
I have it
slow.
on Xbox, PC, Xbox, and Steam. Maybe I need to download it.
And close some windows. Maybe that'll speed things up a little bit.
Does that have AMD FSR on it?
I don't know. Oh, I'm on Ultra. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit and see if that's better. Drop it down to standard, see if that makes it
I
better
go up a little bit.
experience for you guys.
Restart required.
Yeah, I'll need to restart, but yeah.
Okay, okay, it has resolution scaling. It doesn't have like FSR or DLSS.
Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, let me just save real quick. We need a Star Wars. Daniel in chat says we need a Star Wars game like Cyberpunk. For what it was advertised to be as an open world game versus what it turned out to be, plus the ridiculous price, Star Wars Outlaws was a big weak sauce. Yeah, I did enjoy Outlaws though.
So I stopped buying so many games, and I just do the Origin Access, Game Pass.
I do the exactly. I do the subscriptions, but also like I buy keys on key shops a lot, so you get games for like dirt cheap.
Even doing that, I've had zero desire to try the Outlaws game.
I mean, it was included.
Oh, how's
with
Outlaws? Did you play it?
Ubisoft. I enjoyed it. I understand the criticisms, but like I still enjoyed it regardless.
Oh, Witcher 2 is $3.
Witcher 3 was great. You ever play the Metro games, like Metro 2033? It's a Metro
I
Exodus.
heard really good things about them.
Bro, those games are so fun. There's such good storyline. The fact that the currency in those games are like bullets. It's pretty much
Words
so
are like bullets.
Currency is the bullets, and it's pretty cool because it's a interesting concept. An apocalypse. Yeah, dude. To buy things, you got to literally spend your own ammo. So then you know how dangerous it is going out with low ammo, and then you got to recover more ammo. No, it's fun. I think it was like that.
Let's see if this runs a little better for you guys now that I dropped the graphics down. Nice. Spurs won by 2 points. How about the most boring game of the year yesterday, Daniel?
What was that? What one most boring game of the year?
Rams and Niners, 12-6. Rams.
Oh, I
win.
thought you were talking about the game awards. I thought you were talking about the actual game awards. Wasn't that yesterday or the day? That was yesterday, right? Where they
Oh
announced,
yeah. It was. No, I was talking about Thursday Night Football.
That would have been hilarious if that was an actual award, right? Most boring game of the year.
Yeah, right. Like the Razzies, but for video games.
Dude, they should do that. There's it's funny because Cyberpunk would have probably won a worst video game award and then the best video game comeback award.
Yeah, No Man's Sky has actually gotten that award before. Like,
Most boring?
Biggest comeback.
Oh, biggest comeback.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk got biggest comeback, and that's like clearly well deserved.
I'm
'cause
so
now it's
glad
like,
they did it.
Now
Both
it's
of
being
those
regarded
games.
as one of the greatest games of all time. You know,
Both
now
of-
it's being regarded as like, wow, this game's fucking beyond incredible.
Both of those games are like heralded as examples for the rest of the gaming
Yeah, I mean, let's see what the fuck Starfield does. The problem with even No
industry.
Man's
I still
Sky
like
is
Starfield.
like,
I don't care.
yeah, it's just, dude, I was watching a side-by-side clip of like, just like a cutscenes of Starfield versus cutscenes of Cyberpunk, and it's just like night and day, dude. Like
Well,
Cyberpunk is so
Well, yeah, but no, well,
beyond
hang on.
engaging.
Hang on, though. You have to think about, first of all, like the type of games that we're talking about. The size of Starfield is huge
Yeah, but
compared to
holy
Cyberpunk.
shit, dude, they couldn't. Yeah, but I mean, they could. It's Bethesda. Like they really couldn't think of a better
Oh.
storyline for Starfield. You
So
know?
Josh is right. He
Dude,
says
Bethesda's been
Concord.
shit for a while.
Concord would have won worst
Most
game.
boring game.
Yeah, and that's
Worst
true.
game? Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, Josh, what's
Gotta
up?
be Concords.
I've got to say, bro, games should never ever release in a state like
Like Cyberpunk did?
Or
Oh,
Cyberpunk.
Starfield. Well, first
Or
off,
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Or
Yeah,
Normal
Cyberpunk had a
Sky.
bad glitchy state, but Jesus, dude, like just the in-depthness of Cyberpunk, like there was something to come back with. The problem with Starfield is it's so bland that
Yeah,
like it's
fucking
hard to
boring.
even come back. Yeah, it's just so boring that it's hard to come back.
I'm the loser
You
that
know-
put like 200 hours into that game when it first came out.
Yeah, but look
Jesus,
at you play No
why,
Man's
bro?
Sky. He just likes running around in an open field looking at
Yo,
colors.
No
So that
Man's
makes
Sky
perfect
is
sense.
a multiple award-winning game. Okay,
No
Don't
Man's
shit
Sky
on
actually
me.
He's
looked
like,
nice.
he's like, look, there's bioluminescence, and then plays that for 2 hours.
for
Just
2
staring at
hours.
that- just staring at bioluminescence.
I played it when it first came out, and fuck me, bro, it was literally
Yeah,
nothing
I've-
like they said it was going to be out. Not even close.
Yeah, but now
What,
it's even
Starfield?
better than what they said it was going to be.
Yeah, but I don't think they should be rewarded for that at all. I think
No,
they
you
What,
should
play it
Starfield?
ever.
you should
Or Cyberpunk?
reward them for like
Absolutely not.
wor-
Fuck 'em.
It's been completely free. Every single update they have done is completely free
That's
They-
true
should
too.
they
Anything
took
that's
the
free is
time-
much
Bro,
to
you
spend.
bought the
to
game.
make it better, and they delivered on what they promised. Not when it came out initially, and they got punished for that initially, but then they delivered what they promised, and then more, and they've continued to do it and continued to add new things. I think we should reward when people recognize that they've made a mistake and they do everything they can to rectify that mistake. I think we should reward that.
I agree with that statement because that's how I feel about Cyberpunk. They put out a fucking very glitchy, horrendous game, and what they've turned it into is now like the greatest RPG I've played in fucking since Witcher 3 probably.
Don't you think they should just release like that? Though? These are multi-million-dollar. I understand it's like the CEOs, the top people that aren't designing the games that are ordering them to release it at this time.
How's this looking for on your guys' end now? Is it smooth?
It's better. It's better.
Okay, good.
Did Warhammer Space Marine 2 win any fucking awards this year?
I I don't know.
Yeah, that shit's rigged. Fuck them.
Well, wait. When did Space Warhammer come out? Because like it was in the same release date like for the category. Wouldn't it be on next year?
It wasn't.
No,
super
it was
long
this
ago.
year.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's released this year. Like, when's the cutoff date?
It's like
It is this year, right? Am I crazy?
yeah, it made the cutoff date.
Oh, it did make the cutoff. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get confused about.
Yeah,
that.
like I was
Yeah,
saying
they made the
earlier,
cutoff and-
I'm starting to really get
Oh, so
into
it was nominated.
Warhammer.
Yeah, it was
lore.
nominated for something like best multiplayer game or some shit. I know that one, but it's one of the it's awesome. It's a great game.
I did like my first video that gave me like the history of the Terrans in like Warhammer. It was like my first like real Warhammer lore video, and bro, I'm excited to learn so much about it. And also like I want to learn as much as I can on the off chance that I run into Henry Cavill here in Los Angeles, so we can be friends.
Better if you want to be friends with Cavill, you better learn the Custodies.
Because he's
Hey,
a
do you know
Custodes
something
guy.
so funny, bro? You know it was random, dude. I was dropping my girlfriend off at her job in Santa Monica, and it's like 9:30 a.m. Dude, I just looked to my left. I'm like, what the fuck? It was just Arnold Schwarzenegger just riding a bicycle.
I'm riding a bicycle.
Yeah, just riding a bicycle with some other guy, and I was like, got big old
California.
gray
Got my
beard now.
hand.
I was just like, yeah, that's Artie.
That's
That's
awesome.
the Governor. Yeah, I was like, wait, that's hilarious, dude. I was early in the morning, you know. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm
So
man
funny.
enough.
Like I really live in California.
I
It's
am.
a very, very California
I
moment.
am
just
man
now.
enough of a Democrat to admit that Arnold was probably a pretty good governor for California.
Yeah, that's because he was the most liberal Republican we've
Yeah.
had in a long time. I like Arnold. I don't know how good he was for California.
Adam, if you want to say, and you don't have to, but we accept all political leanings here.
Oh no, I'm a conservative.
cool.
Same, me too.
Yeah.
I'm a very left socially leaning conservative, but I'm still conservative.
Okay.
Yeah, same, me too.
So, like, would you say you identify as more libertarian or?
No, because they're fucking crazy.
But
But I did vote for
I like
Joe
that, I
Jorgensen.
like that.
Not this election, but the previous one. When
That's
Joe
okay.
Jorgensen
You
ran,
guys
I voted for
didn't
her.
know then who she was. So I'm like a centrist Democrat. I'm a big like Biden Obama.
Yeah, I'd say Jordan. He's also like super pro-war. Jordan
I
loves war.
I can't say I'm pro Biden because Biden's a giant piece of shit.
Yeah,
However,
Well, hey, look, we're all
However,
entitled to
I
our
didn't-
wrong opinions. That's fine. No, I'm
I
kidding.
didn't- I
I'm
didn't
kidding.
I didn't mind Obama at all. Like I didn't mind
Okay,
him.
cool. Yeah.
I didn't.
No,
like,
you have to say that because he's black. Okay, you can't fool
No,
me.
I
No,
don't.
you know what, dude?
I'm
That was
kidding.
the only reason I
Bro,
didn't like him.
that was a joke. You just.
Everything else about him seemed great.
You motherfucker.
No,
For anybody
Uh,
listening, he's kidding, just so you know.
I was living in Alaska, and my brother was on his way to vote, and he was like, "I'm gonna go vote." He's like, "I'm voting for McCain," but he was like, "I'm on my way to vote for." Fucking radio just announced that Obama won. I was like,
I had a
"Well,
lot
yeah,
of
dude, we're in
respect for
Alaska,
John
we're like,
McCain.
I was like,
Obama won
we're
by a
like,
landslide, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
It
he
was
did.
crazy.
Well, that's because
That
he
was
chose.
a real landslide.
That's
That
because
was the
he
last
chose
big. the
Sarah
three biggest
Palin
landslides.
in a pre-MAGA era.
Oh,
Yeah,
but dude,
yeah.
no, all right. The MAGA thing's fucking crazy, but I think everyone forgets how fucking crazy the Tea Party.
The Tea Party was
And you can thank fucking-
nuts.
You can thank fucking Sarah.
You
Palin for
remember
that.
Michelle
fucking
fucking
idiot.
Bachmann, dude?
Not really. I remember her name. I remember not.
I went to at Politicon one year. I went to an interview with her, and I don't know if you've ever seen Politicon, but it's like one of the most audience interactive like things you can do vis-a-vis politics, and it was fun. I got to boo Michelle Bachmann like 5 meters from her, which was cool, and I actually got to meet Newt Gingrich, which was also really cool. Yeah, good old Newt.
What a terrible name, though, right?
I know who
You
does
get-
that.
Who does that to a
It's
baby,
hard. It's
bro?
even hard
Imagine
to
being
say,
a
bro.
baby.
And they're
Imagine
like, we're
being a
gonna name him
baby,
after
you're like,
a
"It's
fucking
you
little
drink
lizard.
Yeah, no, dude. You're a little fucking salamander over here, and they're all lizard people anyway. So I guess it was fitting. I'm just kidding.
And yeah, by the way, Adam, like if you ever want to engage in like political discussion in the server, you're welcome to
Usually
do
that's
so.
all we're ever talking about. This is the longest I've gone
Yeah.
not talking politics.
Usually we talk
Dude, like,
politics
I-
on
like-
this stream.
So if you can't tell, I'm fucking autistic as fuck. Like, literally autistic, ADHD.
I'm ADHD.
And,
Sure, you're not just a hipster.
yeah, I actually I did the entire like diagnosis and everything. I got my adult diagnosis. So I'm one of the leaders of our neurodivergent, and like after the election, I was in the group and just listening to everyone. Like we had people were taking off shit. I'm not kidding you.
You're
And-
kind of cutting in and out a little bit. What did you say?
Yeah, you do cut in and out.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a noise
Sorry,
gate or something.
My work group, everyone's neurodivergent. Most of the people in it are like socialist or liberal. Like there's a few that actually identify as socialist,
Oh,
but it's
boy.
it's a worldwide group. It's not just the U.S.
Are you in San Francisco?
No, but my boss lives
Are
there.
they like reasonable socialists or like fucking tankies?
Have you
Is this-
seen the
is this such a
socialist
thing?
parties in San Francisco? They're all
Yes, I have.
neurodivergent. Yeah, dude, those videos are
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
But the most socialist person that everyone's like, oh, he's the most socialist person you ever meet. I actually talked to him, like, no, he's really not. And a lot of stuff he says makes sense. And
Yeah.
we were just like kind of talking about stuff, and they were just going like crying, like, I just wish I knew someone Trump, and I would yell at them and blah blah blah.
Wow, Jesus.
And my friend
Sounds about right.
friend Joel like was texting me. He's like, dude, do you want to be in here right now? I was like, I don't care. And so I finally said, if you want to yell at someone, you can call me. And they're like, no, I want to yell at someone I want to yell at someone who voted for Trump. And I go,
You
That's
voted
why I
for
said
Trump,
call me.
yeah.
and they're like, what? And sure as shit,
Good for
I got
you.
phone calls, and they're
for
like,
you.
why? They're like, why would you vote for him? I go, I
Right,
didn't
yeah.
vote for him. I voted for Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance.
Mhm.
Hell
and
yeah,
other people.
RFK Jr., bro. I voted for
And
RFK Jr.
I was
too.
like,
I like
this,
RFK.
I was like, this dude. I was like, Trump was able to talk to some of his biggest critics
yeah, that's the other
and
part
meet
too.
with them eye to eye.
Yeah.
Do I like Donald Trump? No, I don't. Do I
Wait,
like
why
the
do you
way
like
the
Tulsi
Republican
Gabbard?
Party's gone for the past like 15 years? No,
Hell
I
no, I
don't.
love Trump. I love where the
But-
party's gone. I feel like we feel more united than I've ever seen the Republican Party before.
Ugh, you guys are making me sad right now. Fuck.
Since I live in Texas, like the biggest thing is like the women's rights, and I said, okay, I was like, if you're gonna go
That's a
that way,
big
you're gonna
thing.
say I'm a man.
That was a big
I
thing
don't
in Florida too.
you're gonna say I'm a man. I don't have a right to say it. However, I am a
That's
voter.
terrible. I don't agree with
Say
that.
something about this. And I was like, let's get into it. And I was like, you live in, like, someone who lived in Texas. You do know that the expert that handed all that medical advice is one of the heads of the board of gynecology, like the OBGYN stuff. And they go, well, why does that matter? Dallas is where if you want to become an OBGYN in the country, you have to go to Dallas and take your test.
Huh.
There's one board that does it. I was like, and the person that's ahead of that board is the one that said that this wasn't right. And in order to get it changed, you have to convince them. You're not going to convince them. It's not just the state of Texas. It's the people that are in charge of all the OBGYNs in the country are saying that. And I was like, and everyone keeps bringing this up. It's like, I don't like defending him all the time, but Donald Trump has straight up said he will veto any abortion bans, like 100% abortion bans, because he
I
says
hope that's true.
you know-
I really do.
Yeah,
hope
I mean,
that's true.
Donald Trump's had to have had at least a dozen abortions.
I mean, he had to. Had to.
I can't believe
You
you.
know?
Yeah.
Don't believe
Like,
he was. He's never came out as anti-abortion once.
No,
He's
that's
very
true.
pro states'
Wait,
rights, and that's
Yeah.
why I largely support him. Is he's a states' rightist,
I
and I love that shit.
Yeah,
It
but
is
you
what it
know,
is.
so let me just say, from our perspective, we see him as like a political opportunist. That's the thing that makes us
Which he
worry about
But in what
him
sense?
and the abortion bans.
Bro, he will do anything or say anything.
Yeah,
to
that's
appease
how it
people
looks
No.
like from
around
our
him.
The
perspective.
only
No,
reason,
I
the only
disagree.
reason he changed
He's
to
also he's really
Republican-
consistent in the
He's
abortion
not,
topic.
bro.
He's very
Didn't he at
consistent.
one point say he was going to?
Nope.
He wanted a abortion.
I don't think he ever said that he would sign
I'm
No,
99%
never-
sure
he
he
never-
said
he said-
exactly that.
He said he will veto. He said he doesn't. If a state flat out bans abortions, he will get that shit taken care of. Like he
Well,
said
South
it's
Dakota
not right.
flat up banned abortions, right, and a few others.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be. It
Effective
definitely
one.
needs to be worked out because there are some of these bans that are like even by anti-abortion people's standards are pretty crazy. I think those
The
should
reason-
probably get worked out.
Like I always tell people, it's like I'm one of those ones that says I don't think it is not pro-life, but
Yeah,
the
of
reason I
course.
vote pro-choice is because after working in the medical field for 11 years, Jesus, who stole another little kid? Stop
Who stole
stealing.
another? I hear. I heard his Amber Alert go off too. He said, "Who stole another little kid?" That's fucking funny.
That's
I
nice.
just one today.
Terribly
I've had 5 of
dark,
them
but
today.
still kind of funny, dude. I had an Amber.
Oh, I don't have a
Yeah,
filter.
I had an Amber Alert bid actually, and I was like, you know what they should do? I wish you could change your Amber Alert the same way you could change your ringtone. You know, because like I would immediately change mine. I would change mine to the Darth Vader theme.
No.
That way, anytime a child is kidnapped to my neighborhood, I would just hear, don, 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 don. And then it would give me this great opportunity to be like, I sense a great disturbance in the
The
forest.
disturbance in the forest. That's good, dude.
That's one of my, that's my
That's
only Star
fucking
Wars
funny.
bit. But it's
One
an
day-
Amber Alert bit too. I'm sorry. I cut people off.
Yeah, Adam, what were you
It's
gonna say?
worth it, bro.
What are you saying, Adam?
Oh, I was saying that one day I flushed the toilet and I said I felt a great disturbance. And then the voice cried out in terror.
And we're suddenly silenced. Oh man.
Shit. But yeah, no, I'll talk about politics. It's like
Cool.
My friend said my political party should be called Pragmatic.
So I will warn you, we do have a couple like pretty far left socialists, and they can get a little spicy sometimes. If they're being dicks, just let me know, and I'll
Nobody's
tell you.
ever really been a dick to me, bro. I'm like a full-on Trumper, so I mean, it's a pretty nice.
Well, you
group of
haven't
people we
like
got here.
you also haven't like
I haven't
fully
engaged.
dived in yet.
I haven't
yeah.
engaged.
Yeah.
I've never really engaged. I just post something. I can't pay attention, dude. You guys post so much. It's too
I
much
know.
for me to keep up with. It's literally just too
we
much.
do
And then
go hard in
It's
there.
it's too many. It's too. You have your fucking Discord has the most amount of subjects as well. Like where it's so
I
many
just told
different
him that.
chats.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
dude, cut
great
that
stuff,
shit in
man,
half, bro. It's too much.
Well, we
Uh.
like to keep our shit really organized.
I had
Guess
this
so.
conversation with my coworker that works in London, and he was like, you
Dude, I
know,
love
everyone's
London.
saying like we shouldn't talk politics. I was like, see, that's the biggest mistake. When you tell
We
people you
need to
shouldn't talk
talk
about politics or pay, number one, the pay thing, you need to be able to discuss how much you're being paid to know if you're fucked over or not.
Yeah.
Number two,
Bro, if they try to tell you not
That's
to
a good
discuss
point.
pay, that's illegal.
Good
They
point.
actually can't.
yeah,
do
I know.
that.
They
Well,
they tried
that's in
writing-
London.
They tried writing me
You
up.
do whatever they
Oh
want
no,
in
it's
London.
in the U.S. In the U.S., you know,
He's in Texas.
someone.
I know,
Yeah,
no. But he's talking
someone,
about his friend in London.
Oh,
Yeah, my friend in London. Like we both agree, and
He's scared to
he's like-
talk
he's-
because he might be arrested if he posts the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing I don't fucking understand.
Dude, yeah, dude, Keir Starmer's
yeah,
got to
like,
go,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That guy's
well,
Well, it
losing
looks
scumbag
like he's
all the time.
probably going to. It's funny. You know, the funniest
They
thing
should,
is.
they should hang him in a public square.
Watch
bro.
this, right? Watch. You guys are gonna laugh, right? Hey,
Yeah.
Josh, what do you think about your current government situation?
I know literally nothing about it.
fucking love that.
After we left EU, bro, I tuned out completely. That was the most retarded thing.
After
anyone's ever done.
after Brexit, he was like, "Fuck it, I just can't care anymore."
Well, they've been arresting a lot of people over fucking
Dude,
controversial
I would be in
social
fucking,
media
I'd be in
posts.
fucking jail right now.
Yeah, I'd be in jail too, dude.
Yeah.
I've been banned on
bullied my entire
Facebook for a
fucking
month.
life.
I definitely would have had the cops on my place. I got fucking banned for a month on Facebook. Cops would have
Listen,
been at my door
they
so
they
fucking
can't
fast.
jail me. I have Mossad on my side. Okay.
You got Mossad?
Yeah,
It's
I've
not
got
as bad
Mossad
as what you
listening
think.
in.
It's only
Does not
like
have
high
Mossad.
profile cases. It's bad, I
Hey.
agree.
Are, it's kind of hard to hear you. Are you a fucking scouser?
Scouser. Scouser, what's that?
No,
No, I'm
he's
from
no, he's not.
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Like your thing is like really really quiet, so it's kind of hard to hear your ass.
It's because I've got a
Yours
shitty
is
headset,
quiet,
bro.
yours cuts out. Both you guys need better headsets.
Oh, I'm not on a headset. I'm sorry. I'm using my Logitech webcam as my microphone. It has a
Oh
socket.
my god! Why?
Because I have my in-ear monitors in, and they sound so fucking good.
Oh, so we sound pretty nice in your ears. I need
Oh,
to
you
get
guys sound
monitors.
great.
For me.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan, your voice is giving me kind of a boner, right? got that
Yeah.
radio
Well, I'm
voice
using
going
Blue Yeti.
Blue Yeti's what?
Yeah, that's my mic, and then I'm just using some shitty fucking
No, your sound
Uh,
is perfectly clear.
some shitty like Beat Studio
Pause.
3s
Pause
as a
beat.
monitor. But I want to get like
My
a
friend-
legit monitor. What
My
model
friend
are you
sent me these-
using, and how much was it?
Okay, so my friend sent these to me because I said I wanted to get into audio, like some audiophile grade stuff for my computer,
Yeah.
and he sent me a DAP that doubles as a DAC. I have it's a Hibby R6 III, and it's plugged in, and that's my sound card right now. And these are called Bear Dynamic.
Hang on. Let me run
So-
back to my ship so I can like look this up and not sit here dying while I do it.
Oh,
In
I'm-
1 second.
I'm way too retarded for whatever you just said. I have no idea what any of that is.
Those are like for example the headphones that Tiny uses and he has his guest using. They're called monitors. And they let you hear like your own voice and the sounds that are going through and stuff. And I could do that through like my through my streaming software, but it sounds a lot better when you're using a monitor. Okay, let's see. What
I'm
did you
gonna
say they
send
were
you
called?
this- let me get the exact name. They are Bayer Dynamic Zolento ones. He sent them to me, and so I thought they were like cheap, like $200 in-ear monitors. But I started researching them. They're $1,000 headphones. It's like,
Oh,
why would you
well,
send me
that's
$1,000
not-
headphones?
I'm not gonna be
And-
fucking buying that.
No, I wouldn't buy that either. And he was like, oh, no.
Jesus
He's like,
Christ!
he, told
Yeah,
me
I
that-
just looked them up.
He was like, yeah, these are the cheaper. These are my cheapest headphones.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I was
get
like,
like some
oh.
fucking $20-$30 monitors from like Amazon, probably.
Honestly, if you just want to get the best like over-ear monitors, they're Sony. They're like $80.
Okay, the MDR 7506,
I believe that's it. Sony
$83 on Amazon.
What's the best wireless headset with a mic? That doesn't sound
Yeah,
quite.
the MDR
Probably
7506.
probably like AirPods Max, right?
AirPods.
AirPods Max.
Do you want like over-ear?
Yeah.
If over-ear, either the Sony noise canceling or the Bose.
with
I
Oh,
have
a,
Corsair.
Bose-
with a
These are
built-in
Corsair.
microphone?
What I've got now. Yeah.
What's up, Steel?
What up?
Yo.
We are live on stream, just so you know.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, I thought
post this in.
We're talking about headphones.
Did that work? Probably didn't work. I
Oh,
tried
did
to.
you send it to me?
No, I tried to do it in the Kick chat, but I guess it didn't work. Let me pull up the chat for Discord.
What happened?
Right here.
Did it
These.
not send the link or something?
Yeah, it didn't send the link.
Weird.
In Discord, that is the microphone set I'm gonna get.
All right, let's see. Where in Discord? Oh, you sent it in the
General
VC
live
chat.
stream.
Yeah. Sennheiser is really good. Let's see. Nice.
Holy fucking link, bro. What is that link?
I know. Holy shit, dude.
3 pages long.
Kind of copy and paste from the bar.
I did that.
I didn't click the share button.
Dude, Josh, I did that to Puggy the other day, and she was like, "What the fuck is that link you just sent me?"
And then I'm gonna get shit amp and DAC.
So what are you getting? What are you getting all this good equipment for?
Number one, listen to music.
Uh-huh.
Because I have, Apple has really decent lossless music, and I also have Cobas, which is even higher on certain things. But I eventually want to start, I tried the therapy thing, I don't like it, so I kind of just want to do the thing where I nothing and
Yeah, it's the after you said the therapy thing, you cut out a couple times and couldn't tell what you said.
oh, God damn it. Let me turn my mic sensitivity up. That's probably the issue.
Is there a noise gate on it? Or
Yeah.
sound gate, whatever the fuck
There
it's
it
called.
is, yeah. He's got like a sensitive, like an auto sensitivity.
Yeah,
thing, I
it's
think,
like
yeah.
super aggressive or something.
I'm surprised it doesn't sound worse since you're using your fucking webcam mic.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
what the fuck.
it's a shotgun mic.
How quiet is my mic? Like, really, really quiet? I don't know
You
if I
sound
can
fine to
turn it
me.
on. I don't even know if there's a possible way to turn it up myself. It's just the mic is fucking dog shit.
You sound fine enough to me, honestly.
What happened? Where'd you guys go?
We're here. I think we were just waiting on Adam to fuck with
Alright.
his mic for a second.
There's 5 people in this chat? Who's
There's
stealing?
5 people in this chat.
All right, dude. Let's
Adam?
spice it up. Let's spice it up.
All right,
dude.
what do you want
Yeah,
to talk
what
about?
do you think of the?
Dude, I'm changing my
Steven Walker.
my opinions. I'm changing my opinions now. After
Oh,
I
boy.
was very against murder. I was like, and I still
Wait,
am. And
what
I
the
don't think you
fuck?
should support it. But
Uh-oh.
the
What
more
the
I
fuck?
researched,
Oh my
the
god.
more I
not this
researched
again.
Brian Thompson, the more I researched
No.
that fucking healthcare CIA. I'm kind of like, oh, I get it. I do get it now. At first, I was like, we shouldn't encourage this.
But
kind of
you
shit.
know, like,
Now I'm like, well,
since
well.
that happened, that company has now doubled down on their policies, right?
well,
so, like,
dude,
he
it
has
looks
now
like
achieved the opposite effect of what he was trying to achieve.
unless, of course, there's copycat murderers. In
Which
which
is gonna
case,
make it even worse.
in which case, and I mean, obviously I don't support that, but I gotta tell you, bro, that guy is a real scumbag. The guy that got
Yeah,
murdered,
oh
he was
yeah,
a real
100%.
fucking scumbag, piece of shit.
Yeah,
Do you,
nobody
do you
oh,
think
was,
the
well.
guy that killed him is a scumbag as well, or to be fair?
yeah.
Right.
Nobody
Yeah.
got killed? No, people get killed all the time.
No,
Pretty good
no, the
people.
guy that did it, bro.
Oh, the guy did it? Yeah, agreed, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
You
good.
can't just go around murdering
just go
people.
around
That's
fucking
crazy.
murdering
Alright, that's good at least.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. Especially a guy like him, he could have fucking done something more, important with his life. He could have went on ahead and, studied law, studied healthcare, and created bills that fucking challenge these companies. And
Yeah,
he just
exactly.
decided to shoot a guy.
Done it the right way.
Done it the right way. Dedicate his life to it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
He did
Oh, well.
dedicate his life to it. Technically.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
did,
He
right.
did it in the end. Yeah, he
Right.
probably did.
Right. No, I mean, yeah. What happened? Your boy left. There
No,
he
I
is.
think he was just
Yeah, I
working,
just- I
working
definitely-
his mic out. Yeah.
Is this sounding
Yeah, I mean,
headsets?
it's all
I
good.
think it sounds a little
Dude.
better.
What about, hey, Jordan? What's going on with these fucking drones in Jersey, bro? What's happening?
What drones in Jersey?
I mean, it's nonstop. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? How are you trying to run a
Am I out
a
of the loop on
political
something here?
Discord? You are out of the loop on something heavy
Well,
right now. Do you
fucking
guys not
tell
know about
me.
the drones in Jersey?
Fucking tell me
There is
so I can
non-
tell you definitively
There's
what's
a-
it about with knowing absolutely nothing about it.
Okay, so there's these are the only things that have come out about it.
Okay.
A senator,
no,
or
God.
was it a senator or congressman that just came out? But he was like, dude, this was one of the biggest joke hearings I ever went to. So there's been nonstop drones flying all over Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going on now for weeks, and there's been more increases. The government first came out saying that there's an Iranian base that keeps sending drones over our states. And then they retracted that statement. Yeah, they're like, they retract. There's so much different, misinfo, confusion. Nobody knows. At first, one of the congressmen or
China.
something went to a hearing to hear what's going on, and he was like, dude, that was one of the biggest joke hearings of all I've ever heard. He's like, yeah, it's a very Chinese spy balloon situation. But our
Yeah.
government doesn't seem to be pursuing these drones. They don't seem to give us any answers. There's
Well,
tons of videos. of
Homeboy
people
is
recording.
already like retiring on vacation. He's probably just like, I don't want to deal with this. We'll just let Trump do it.
Yeah, Trump already came out with a statement. He says, if you see a random UFO drone over your building, you should shoot it down. I'm like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen,
It's the most wild. But
I've seen a
love
video of
it.
someone literally shooting at one.
Yeah, no, and he
Out of the
missed
back
every
door,
shot.
bro.
I'm like, what a
Yeah.
fucking loser. Put the phone down, bro.
I hope
and
it's
take
not
a
like-
better get better
I hope
aim.
it's not like
it
one
was
of our
ridiculous.
own black projects, because then that would be counterproductive.
Well, how about if what's
That's
the Black
racist.
Project? What's the Black Project?
That's like a classified project.
You can't be just doing classified projects over fucking Jersey's people's neighborhoods, dude.
You
And not expect it to
absolutely
be shut
can,
down.
and we have been doing
And
shit
not
like that
expect-
for a long time.
And not expect for things to be shot down, bro. And people have every
Wait.
right to be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What,
shoot
what
it
is the
down.
problem with what is the actual problem with drones? Though I don't understand.
No, the problem is they're unidentified flying objects. They're UFOs. They're not just drones. They're essentially
Listen,
UFOs. 'cause
they're
the government's not taking
UAPs,
credit for 'em.
okay?
UPS isn't taking credit for them. The first statement that came out says they're Iranian. Other people have been claiming they're
That's
Chinese.
weird.
Shit like that. When you have that much info coming out, so then the reaction was
Saying
Trump going,
shit
"Well,
like
they're
that
fucking
is gonna make
Iranians,
people
shoot it
weird.
down." Yeah, and people are like, "Okay, I don't trust this kind of shit because we don't need people, especially foreign, enemies, flying their fucking equipment over our country. That's crazy." So if that's even slightly the case, hell no, that's a major problem. If it's our government doing it, then just fucking say, hey, we're doing a fucking test project. They could come up with any excuse, and then it could still be under the Black Project. All they got to do is lie. But as long as we know it's our government doing it,
Our government
not
would
a
never lie to
foreign
us.
government. Yeah, exactly my point. They could lie to us all the time. And so they could still do their Black Project or whatever secret ops shit they're doing, and they could just say, we're just testing out a new system of whatever. Maybe they are a surveillance system or whatever,
Whoa.
but maybe
Sorry.
maybe it could be UPS.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is really interesting. Uyghur fighters in Syria vow to come for China next.
Oh yeah, good luck,
Good
dude. I would love
What the fuck are
I
they
would
gonna do
love for that to happen. I would love
Yeah,
dude, the
but
fact
they're gonna get destroyed. Poor guys.
destroyed, but it would be so
Here's the worst
entertaining
part. It
to
was
see what
like a
China's
tank. It
reaction
was
to a
definitely
war would
like
be
a
like.
far lefty person who posted it. So they're like, good luck. Yeah. And it's like, bro, what do you mean? These people are being fucking oppressed. That's your reaction?
Not oppressed, bro. They're being enslaved.
Yeah,
it's like
dude.
it's the next level.
And
of
their
oppression.
reaction
It's
is be
plenty
like,
of
ha ha
oppression.
ha ha ha, good luck. At the same time, these people are criticizing the
They're
United
by-
States
they're
as like an
by
imperial
definition-
power. And I'm like, bro,
by
you're going to
definition-
criticize the United States as an imperial power. You're going to root for fucking Hamas as a resistance
Right.
group. And then when the Uyghurs try to rise up against China, you're going to laugh and be like, ha ha ha, good luck. Where is your fucking brain right now?
Right. That's that. To me, that's
No.
the average
Oh,
liberal.
wait, are you saying like good luck? Like I'm saying good luck because fat chance China doesn't give a shit about their people. They're gonna.
No, he's talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
hypocrisy. He's talking
Yeah.
about the hypocrisy of they'll cheer on the fucking
Oh,
the
I see what
Houthis.
you're saying.
They'll cheer
Yeah.
on the Houthis who don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
against
but
any
not the
country.
fucking Uyghurs?
But they
Are
won't-
you
But they won't cheer on
serious?
the Uyghurs. Yeah, the Houthis, who are a bunch of disgusting fucking terrorist rebel groups, that oppress the fuck out of everybody. But when the Uyghurs are like, let's go free our people from China, they're like, good luck. It's just very hypocritical.
It is super hypocritical. And then they point at the United States and like, oh, gross, disgusting, hypocritical, disgusting imperial power who, like, everything they do is
dude,
terrible for everybody.
But
And it's
in
like,
reality, but in reality, it's like, yeah, good luck.
no. It
it's
is like, yeah, good luck. But it's more like, from us, it's more like, well, best of luck to you. We
Best of
hope you
luck.
do
Best
well.
of luck.
You're probably not.
of-
But from their perspective,
not.
it's like, good
Bro.
luck, little gup. Like,
China's
fuck
response.
off.
You know what the wildest thing China ever did? Like, it just never got put in the fucking media like it should have. But the wildest thing is, they started mass destroying all the mosques around China, and they
Jesus.
used all the. Well, no, they used all the rubble, all the like marble and all the stuff that was in the mosque, and they started turning them into toilet bowls. All the fucking torn down mosques got brought into factories to turn into toilets.
China grow Raja. You guys ever play?
It's so fucking next level psychological warfare right there. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
They do not fuck with Muslims over there at all.
Seriously.
It's crazy.
Well,
that's what happens when your neighbors
Say,
don't
Adam?
Oh, I was like, did you guys ever play Command and Conquer Generals and play as China?
Nah.
Yeah.
I
was
played
great.
Command and Conquer back in the day, but I don't even remember which ones I played, honestly. It's been
I was, uh,
so
I was
long.
playing as China.
Yeah, I
was
played
playing
as
as
fucking.
China.
I always played as fucking China. I'd have fields of little hackers making my money.
Nice.
How was
Yeah.
How was that? Was that fun?
It was a lot of fun.
Did you get to
It'd be fun to
oppress
play
the
as
people?
Russia, for
fucking
sure.
sick
It'd
back
be
in the day.
it'd be fun to be a fascist America, like a truly fascist America. Like
Wait,
you
what are
be
you saying?
Just wait
Yeah.
a couple years.
in a video game. In a video game, dude.
What
Just
are
in
you saying right now, bro?
in the video game, because my first thing I would do is I would immediately make Canada and Mexico a part of the U.S. It's like, no, you guys are us now.
Oh my
That was
god!
gonna be my first. So it's called Command and Conquer, guys. So like, I would immediately.
bro,
fucking
you
take
gotta
over.
admit this whole like, oh, we'll just make Canada a state shit is pretty crazy. Like, that's not gonna fucking
Bro,
happen.
The irony is I posted a photo of if I was president, and it was just like all of North and like fucking Central America were all just states of America, all the way to Guam. Like, everything just became a state of America. Like, if I was president, this is what the U.S. map would look like.
So you would recreate Fallout.
Yeah,
Right.
dude. I mean,
But you would,
Yeah.
if you did that, you would like screw Republicans over in the Senate for like a really long time.
whoa, dude. First off, buddy,
It would
this
be no
is
Senate. He'd go fucking
fascist. Yeah,
Emperor
thank you.
Palpatine on.
Thank you. Now you get it. This guy gets it. You don't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I will become the first
I am
dictator
the
of
Senate.
America.
He would start every speech with unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
That
Yeah.
will be a reality in like a month. So
No.
No.
I wish.
Not
No.
I
really.
wish. King Trump, bro, our new king has just.
Yeah.
entered
I
the
mean,
Philippines.
look. as scary for us as another Trump presidency is, I do believe
No
in our
scary,
institutions.
please.
It's scary. Okay.
I voted for Hillary. The first election that he ran, I voted for
I
fucking
didn't even
Hillary.
vote.
Okay,
I didn't like either of them. I didn't vote.
and I just like Obama's presidency. What was so fucking bad?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of problems with Trump's first presidency. And Daniel and I
became a
have
Trump
talked
fan
about
because of his
these
first
at
presidency.
length. I do think January 6th was a pretty concerning event.
That's
Um,
that's technically after his presidency, man. That was like right there at the end. Talk about his actual presidency.
Hey, it still counts.
You know what I mean? No, but like you're gonna go ahead and name off one thing at the very, very fucking end. It's like, what do you have a problem
But
with?
it was a
in his
pretty
actual
big
presidency?
one thing. I mean, like, it
Oh
wasn't
my
like a
God,
small one thing.
Oh my god.
2012, 2011, 2012 were actually like some shitty shit happened in my life, but like financially and stuff. Great. 2016, 2017, 2018, shit was getting good. I had spending money.
Was.
I
That's
could,
how I felt.
I could.
My tax
Go-
returns
I-
were the best they ever were during 2018, 2019.
Okay,
Just a fact.
so just a couple questions about this, guys, because I know inflation went up, groceries got expensive, and that's a big thing everybody talks about, right? What do you think the policy was that caused hyperinflation here, and why do you think our inflation was lower than the entire rest of the world?
Because we still act like
Hey, you
everyone
never
always says
had
we need to make
hyperinflation.
so much. Like we get so much from other countries. We still make a lot of shit here in the U.S. Like
Right,
our
but
food.
I see a
our-
lot of people blame our inflation on Biden policies, but we
Dude,
had
I
world.
don't
Hang on,
Biden
let me
and-
finish. Let me finish.
stimulus
We
packages,
had we had massive inflation across the world, and not only was our inflation in the United States less than the rest of the world, you had organizations like the World Bank coming out and saying the only reason why it wasn't worse in the rest of the world was because of our economy.
because we still have the largest economy in the world.
You still
Yeah,
we
but
are
that-
the most as a people. We are the most productive generations working right now in the history of the world.
But
in our
all of
country.
the economic organizations all pointed to the Inflation Reduction Act specifically as to why our inflation wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I think it was more than just that, though.
Well, it's always going to be more than just that.
And,
But
like-
that was the biggest factor, is what they pointed to.
And the fact that so many states went back to work almost immediately, that had a lot
Yeah,
to do
but
with it.
I mean, there's a couple things we have to talk about. I mean, I've looked at some of this data with Daniel while he's been on the stream. They went back to work, but those states also got hit really hard with a lot of deaths by going back to work early. So you trade off one thing for another.
You
I'm
do.
not saying that means it was necessarily wrong in that sense, but I do think it's
Dylan,
unfortunate that a lot of people died.
Keystone Pipeline was a
Keystone
direct
Pipeline was already dead.
No, Keystone
Mhm.
Pipeline
Yes,
was
it
a
was
10-year
good, sir.
project in which we made deals and contracts with Saudis, and the reason why we were receiving cheaper gas and why gas was cheaper under the Trump administration is because we had these long-term agreements when we started fueling a massive amount of oil to sell over to the Middle East. We are getting a return of oil and gasoline for a cheaper amount. So it was like a direct correlation with the cancellation of the Keystone Pipeline and the skyrocket of our gasoline. So that's one of the decisions Biden made that made it tougher for America.
Hang on. That's
No,
not
it
true.
is related. It is true.
How? Because it was never open. So how could that raise it higher?
Because
That doesn't make any
it's
sense.
it's no, it does, because while it wasn't open, it was an ongoing project.
It was
that
never
we knew was
open.
going to be. Dude, they were building the key. Hold up, let me finish, dude. They were building the Keystone Pipeline, in which we were going to start fueling oil from it 10 years from the start date. So it was going to take
Okay.
10 years before we started creating the processing of oil. Because of the massive amounts of oil that Trump was reporting we will receive from the Keystone Pipeline, he was giving a cut rate deal to the Saudis and to the Middle East.
Okay.
In return, they were giving us cheaper rates of oil. When we killed the Keystone Pipeline Act, the fucking rates that the Saudis were giving us went back up.
Okay.
So that directly affected us.
So I'm going to talk about a couple things here, right? Thing number one. All that the Keystone Pipeline was going to do was to give
Dude,
us direct transportation for the oil through a pipeline. All of the same oil that we were transporting through that pipeline is still being transported by other means. That has not changed, right? It wasn't going to up our production.
Wrong.
It was just
Wrong.
no, not wrong. Very and in
We're
fact,
just taking a
and
shit
in
ton of oil
fact,
from areas of Canada that we don't have access to at this moment.
that's not true. It's just other ways that they're being transported. They're transported by rail,
So
by
let me-
boat, by truck.
in Alaska, where the oil is drilled for, we had to ship it down to the lower 48 and ship it back.
Okay.
So
Why do you have to ship it back? I don't
because
understand
we weren't allowed to, they closed down our refineries in Alaska.
that. Interesting.
And the only refinery that was there was a military refinery, and they just made the low grade shit that military.
Okay, but
refineries
that's I mean like that seems like a different issue to me. Not as much about the Keystone Pipeline.
Seems all related.
But like you're
all
talking about these other
Mm.
ways of like transportation.
Of transportation of
And
oil, yeah.
all of the other they did the same thing to all these other states that had drilling. They weren't allowed to process it in that state. They had to ship it from that state somewhere else and then ship it
Yeah,
back.
this is
Okay,
these are
that seems
situations
kinda-
where the
that
Keystone
seems kinda
Pipeline would
stupid.
help.
And the thing with
Also,
the
you got to look at the
Pipeline and stuff,
40,000 jobs that got shut down because of that fucking Keystone.
They were
Pipeline
gonna get
breakdown.
shut
Like,
down
you're
anyway.
Killing the oil industry.
now
No.
the part
Yeah,
of part
because
of
the
deal-
pipeline
we
would
were
have been
we were
finished and it would have been
supposed
done.
to open up- we were supposed to open up more refineries to refine on site, so you weren't having to ship the oil out.
Hang on. New.
And then, all right. So we got to talk about gasoline alone. Biden's policies fucked us. You want to talk about environment?
Don't get me
Well-
started
Environment, bro.
Hang on.
So we
The-
are trying to open up.
We
nuclear
also
reactors right
again
now.
I
We
have
can't.
to I have to reiterate
Right.
we have produced more oil than we ever have in our entire history under Joe Biden. We have become the highest producer of oil in the entire world under Joe Biden.
But are we selling it to ourselves? Are we selling
Yeah,
it
and
around
then
the
and
world?
then why is our
Both.
country, dude? This is where the detachment of the liberal and like you're like a CNN reporter. There's like the detachment of the liberal to the common man because at the end of the day, if the American people aren't feeling like, hey, we're the biggest producer of oil, so gasoline prices should be down, right? Nobody wants to hear that fucking stat. That stat doesn't matter. Why is our gasoline prices so much higher?
Our
in this
gasoline
administration than the
prices
Trump
are higher
administration?
because it's not directly connected. If we look at the economics of gasoline and how a barrel of oil is priced, it's not going to be, hey, we make the oil, this is the price of a barrel
We're
of
also
oil.
so the oil that we get right now that we're purchasing or whatever is such a low fucking quality. This is what my family does, by the way. They're chemists and everything.
Uh-oh.
What we're cutting
I
right
might
now
be out of my
has
depth
been
here.
I haven't seen this
Listening.
quality of oil like how the cut that comes out for gasoline is about 20% lower.
And what,
Okay.
like a purity?
Yeah, in purity.
Yeah.
So all the shit that we're keeping for ourselves is such a low quality. We're having to use more of it to get the same amount.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting.
No, you
That is
usually
interesting.
sell your oil, but you're buying cheaper Saudi oil for domestic use cases, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes, we're selling our shit. All of our good stuff is going out of the country instead of staying in our reserves and being like used by us.
Well, I would generally push for more internal oil usage, but
Well,
you know, I think
look,
I think to
more
ignore the
internal
fact
oil
that we
usage,
up
like,
production.
and easier
I'll be right back,
transportation,
guys.
like a
I'll be
Keystone
right back.
pipeline. All right, you're good. All right, now real quick, Jordan, I got another reason why Joe Biden's a piece of shit.
Oh,
all right,
Jesus
Uh,
Christ! Can you tone down the rhetoric a little bit, please?
Because everybody fucking loved to push the idea like, oh, this is saving the environment, stop the Keystone Pipeline. One of the
I didn't say that
wildest
at all.
moves. I know, but that was a huge topic during that whole situation.
It wasn't.
One of the
It wasn't
wildest
even going to
moves.
make that big of a difference on the environment. The
I know,
pipeline. That's-
exactly.
yeah.
I know. I'm glad you understand that. It's just insane. But here's one of the wildest moves ever. Those same people will never comment on, and I guess we never took credit for it. But like, let's be honest, dude. It seems like the shadiness and the conversations. I'd love for the Trump administration or Cash or whoever to reveal like who the fuck bombed the Nord Stream pipeline and why. Because that ended up being one of the most largest environmental disasters of all time, dude, in like history. Bombing the Nord Stream pipeline was insane. And we did that in a response because of the Russian-Ukrainian war. But like, talk about not giving a fuck about the environment, you know?
Actually, not it's saying it's the largest environmental disaster is not really true.
All right,
No,
well,
it's
what's
not.
larger?
BP
Okay.
BP oil spill were way.
No, it's
bigger, I
larger than
think.
BP. I saw that. It's larger than the BP oil spill.
There's
That's a
no way
fact.
That's true, bro. There's no way
Dude, I'm
that's true.
telling you, it's larger than the BP oil spill. So that's why it's such a detrimental thing to talk about. And yet it goes completely unmentioned, and we still don't technically credit it. But everybody, including the EU, I'm pretty positive, said it was America that bombed it. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's another decision by Biden as to why he was terrible in our government. Why he's, terrible for many
Okay.
reasons. Like, that's two
I've-
alone, and that's
I've
just
got
oil.
this, and tell me if you can push back on this. I'd like to hear what you have to say. The Keystone XL. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm fine. The Keystone XL
Choke on your
pipeline.
words, bro. All them lies
I
you
know
keep
that
on.
was bad timing. The Keystone XL pipeline was never needed. It was initially proposed to transport up to 830,000 barrels of heavy crude oil daily from Hardisty, Alberta to the U.S. Gulf Coast. Between 2014 and 2022, however, U.S. pipeline companies found ways to leverage existing excess pipeline capacity to transfer additional oil without Keystone XL. As IEEFA, the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis, reported in 2022, minor pipeline upgrades and a reversal of flows on one major pipeline were more economical and flexible than building costly new infrastructure with an uncertain future. The approach adopted leaves a system better suited to adapt to the energy transition.
I'll push back on that.
Go for it.
Sorry about that. My headphones really.
No worries. Actually,
I mean,
before
from
you
what you're
push back,
telling me-
let me read that again for Adam so he hears what I have to say. So this is from the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis. The Keystone XL pipeline was never needed. It was initially proposed to transport up to 830,000 barrels of heavy crude oil daily from Hardisty, Alberta to the U.S. Gulf Coast. Between 2014 and 2022, however, U.S. pipeline companies found ways to leverage existing excess pipeline capacity to transfer additional oil without Keystone XL. As IEEFA reported in 2022, minor pipeline upgrades and a reversal of flows on one major pipeline were more economical and flexible than building costly new infrastructure with an uncertain future. The approach adopted leaves a system better suited to adapt to the energy transition.
All right. First off, my bad. Actually, who reported that?
The Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis.
All right. And who are they funded by?
Bro. Bro.
Really?
Hey, dude, if you
What were
don't
you
think
But-
think that our media isn't influenced by their funders, that's ridiculous. Everybody
No,
knows
but
it's a fact.
the data
But-
they were but hang on, the data wasn't what they were saying
is
was
always
that no,
skewed in
listen,
favoritism.
listen,
It's a very
listen,
common
listen,
thing.
listen, listen. They are reporting on pipeline companies saying this.
Okay, so maybe they're funded by other pipeline companies that don't.
What?
make sense. So we'll go past that. I'll
We all
skip past
remember.
that.
We also, like I said, we lost oil production capacity from 2020, and I think the last reported year was 2022. But
And now
we,
it's higher than ever, right?
That's what Jordan said just a second ago.
It is.
20.
But this is like them
2020,
saying Joe
right
Biden
be-
had the
right
greatest
before
booming
COVID.
economy in history.
Right
'Cause
before
we
COVID.
came back from COVID.
We had the highest. We had the highest.
It's skewed data. It's just skewed data.
Yeah,
It's
and
true,
I grant the same thing to, like, I don't talk about COVID economics necessarily when I talk about Trump. I don't talk about
still-
I talk about post-COVID recovery when I talk about Joe Biden, and post-COVID that economic
Can
recovery
we talk about like
is
the
sexy.
like we also gotta
Hey.
we gotta look at this other shit we got going on. Like
What?
our lead times right now for us to get raw material where I work it used to be about 10
When?
days to I want to say about 4 weeks was our
When
usual,
was
like,
that?
our average, all the way up until 2020. From 2020 to now, we still have lead times of 3+ months.
Okay, why do you think that is though?
I don't know. I don't know.
don't
And
think
the
that's
shit,
There's
and
we're
the shit,
still dealing with supply chain
and
issues to
and
this
the shit
day.
we're getting in is shit. It is fucking garbage.
We still haven't
Like,
recovered from supply chain issues due to COVID.
look at like Ford and GM and even Toyota. The quality of product
Beautiful
that's being
American
put out
companies.
is fucking terrible. Like Subaru of all companies just surpassed Toyota in quality control, and I love Subaru. My wife has an STI. I have a
What are you, a lesbian?
FRS. I like pussy.
I'm sorry, what now? Did you say STI?
No, FRS. It's the same thing as a Subaru BRZ, and
No,
I
yeah,
have
the
an
Toyota FRS is just the BRZ but with another chassis.
it's same chassis, just different badge.
Oh, it is? Oh, just a different
Yeah.
badge? Oh, that's
Just a
that's
different
little
badge.
shady, but
Same with the Toyota 86. One's a Toyota brand, one's a Subaru brand, and otherwise, when you pop the trunk, it has Subaru stamped into it.
okay.
But it's just like the quality, our electronics quality, is like worse than it was in 2008. Remember when we had all those capacitors just pop like a year, 2 years after you bought it,
Mm.
and then it's like this is terrible. Everything is just bad.
Yeah, because we're getting shit from China all the time and the supply chain is fucking dog shit.
What do you mean? You can't blame China always, right?
Can't
Because
blame China for
historically-
low quality manufacturing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I
No.
talk shit about
So-
Chinesium all the time. KTM made more motorcycles than they ever made in Austria, and the quality control is so fucking bad that the company's about to go bankrupt. And they said, oh, it's because they moved production to China. They have proof that when they moved the production to CF Moto in China, who just now opened a plant in Mexico, quality control was damn near perfect.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly.
Interesting.
Like, China has become the new Japan and Korea when it comes to when they have high quality products come out. They are high fucking quality.
Yeah, but
Bro,
when they,
even
when
their
they
fucking
don't
even
have
their
quality control,
clothes
they're
quality is
absolute
getting
dog
so
shit.
much better.
And
I
like
used to
No,
get
they're-
clothes from Amazon, and China's clothes, man, they would come with a smell, and they would come with bad stitching. And now, dude, now that shit looks like Hollister.
Dude,
I'm like,
dude,
oh,
it
they're
look-
fucking
yeah,
learning.
they learn how to
They're
disguise the
learning
smell.
fast.
That's how they spread COVID right there. All the fucking Temu orders that came in.
Okay, so
wasn't
all right.
person-to-person
So let's
contact.
say whatever you're saying is true, right? How do you propose
is
to
true.
fix that?
Mm,
I don't know
yeah,
how
how
to
do you-
fix it because I just feel that people don't give a shit anymore.
Well, let's
I
say
think
they
the
gave a
pipeline
shit.
will
How
solve
do you
all the
fix it?
issues.
I don't know. Let's ask Trump,
First
bro.
off-
He'd probably know.
Okay, so this one I cannot put on politicians. This is straight up fucking companies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I get a performance raise every year. Like they say it's a cost of living raise, but it's tied to my performance. Yet it's only 3% because the national average is 3%. That's fucking bullshit. And now
But what do
companies
you
say
what
that,
do you I
oh,
mean, like, what are you supposed to do and maintain like a competitive
Performance raises
you know-
should match the inflation rate. I believe in that.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
I don't think
Obviously, you need
performance,
to.
performance raises should not match the inflation rate. The fucking cost of living raise should match the inflation
Yes.
rate.
Okay.
Performance
All right.
is on top of that.
Yes.
Wages,
you know
real
it.
wages should
And-
should
and
it sounded all- it
keep
sounded
on
all
pace with
synonymous.
inflation.
It
And
sounded
how
all
is it-
synonymous.
How is it that all these companies are making more fucking profit than they've ever made before, yet they're handing out less and less?
I agree.
That's a
I agree.
good
This is
question.
where I become less conservative in these.
Yeah, this is where you
conversations.
guys join
Yeah, same
our
here.
side.
I
I
told
don't.
you I'm a very socially conscious.
And I'm
conservative.
pro-capitalist, but I'm anti-greed.
And
which
the
is,
only- and
a
the
I'm
only
a
contradiction
reason-
capitalist,
sometimes.
bro. I am a staunch capitalist. But that
Well,
doesn't
be a
mean
capitalist.
that I don't want to
Capitalist,
mix
though,
our
because-
economy.
When you
Yeah.
go full like socialist, blah 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 blah, it's very few that like it's never everyone gets the same. There's going to be that very few that get
Yeah,
better.
I wanna be
And-
clear. And Daniel, you know this, so I don't
And-
know why you were like, I don't
Yeah.
join your side. I am
No, what are you
like
talking
a
about? I didn't say that.
conservative Democrat, right? Like I'm a centrist Democrat,
and
moderate.
By,
have-
by your side.
you have
Yeah.
we need competition because we need to be oh fuck, autism's kicking in.
Oh shit, dude, it works like that.
Yeah, sometimes
kidding.
my brain just freezes.
Bad.
That's just,
Fuck. The
that
word.
just happens to me when I drink.
Yeah, I haven't had it. I haven't had
Wait a
alcohol
minute.
in
This is
forever.
like the first time in this server the lefties in this chat are outnumbered by the righties.
Practically.
You got
Innovation.
3 conservatives
it
in
limit,
here.
It limits innovation. We need innovation and competition.
Oh,
in
thank
order
you.
to-
So thank you. I would love to continue on with a point I wanted to make. Why the Keystone Pipeline should be reopened. Not only did we add 40,000 jobs, which is always good to increase the job market. You know, when Biden shut it down, he shut down 40,000 people's, way of life. But also, Jordan, like, just, you mentioned that other pipelines had means of transportation, but why can't we add another mean of transportation?
Well, because
Just like
then
in
you're
everything,
spending
adding
because if
innovation.
well, hang on. If you
An analogy,
oversaturate,
like, it's
if
like-
you
it's essentially-
oversaturate, then your gains from that are plateauing.
Not if the means. So I don't care what other pipelines have to say. Oh, we'll take on the responsibility. Yeah, because they want the profit. But at the end of the day, like,
No.
if they're not properly producing as fast as they could be, if we added
No,
an
but
extra pipeline, then why would that not be encouraged?
Because
It's
it
like saying,
appears
hey, we don't
according
need-
to the
we don't
data that
need
they
the-
are.
We don't need the 10 because we already got the 405, or you know what I mean? It's like saying, oh, let's not build another highway. We don't need the 110 because we already got the 405. Let's not build
Daniel in
another
chat-
highway in Los Angeles.
Daniel
So-
in chat is
because,
also saying it actually violated the law as well. That's an entirely different
How?
conversation, though. I don't
You know,
know,
look,
Daniel. If you want to talk
don't-
about that in chat, so I can talk about it, we can talk. We can bring that up because I don't know the specifics of that one. But Daniel not Daniel in chat. Daniel.
I know, I get it, man.
The problem wasn't the issue isn't that they can do it and get there, but there can be more. If you're able to accommodate all of that extra. All of the extra amount of oil that was going to be passing through the Keystone XL, then you're just saturating the amount of pipeline that you can be using. You're spending money on a thing that you don't actually need.
Depends.
And
You just
as
asked the guy in
conservatives, you
Alaska.
guys should be totally against that.
No, not if it's fucking boosting the economy, not if it's creating jobs, not if
But
it's gonna increase the means of transportation and the speed
So
of it.
let me
like, all
read a
those
little bit
things
more
are a
here because
factor.
that doesn't appear to be the case. The initial rationale for Keystone XL was based on an assumption that future Canadian oil sands production growth would be robust. But let me finish. Let me
Between the
finish.
shutdown of Keystone and the increase of our gas, it was like 1 and 2.
Because there
They
were
went fucking
entire
1 to
things
2.
going around the world that were increasing gas
Okay,
prices
dude, but
for
aren't you the
everybody.
fucking guy that believes in Occam's razor? Like, you're always pointing that out. But then as soon as we shut a pipeline down, the gas prices increased. It was 1 and 2.
It wasn't just.
I
It
think-
wasn't just the shutdown of the pipeline. They shut down 5 refineries right when COVID happened because all of a sudden we
Guys,
didn't need oil.
no, but
People were
guys,
driving.
here's
the
the problem.
likelihood
Oil
of
prices are
your,
not just controlled by American production of oil. That's the problem. We're only looking at us, but oil comes from sources around the world, and oil prices are being controlled by events that happen around the world. So to point at just a single pipeline and single actions from within our country is like looking at a tiny part of the picture and missing the whole rest of it.
The reason I'm saying the whole like us is because we don't need the rest of the fucking oil if we don't want it.
Okay, but that maybe so if we decided to do that, but the fact of the matter is we don't right now. So to point to that and say that our pricing is because of the Keystone XL pipeline just doesn't I mean
there's
maybe
multiple
part of it
factors.
is.
He mentioned
And the shutdown of 5
refineries.
refineries during all this. 5 refineries shut down.
I want to
they
look
come
up
back?
the data about
No, they
these
have not come back.
refineries.
They didn't come back. Well, then that's interesting, man. Those are the type of things that it's like, why
Yeah,
does the Biden
I want to
administration
look
not
at
try to
I
put
want to
more
look
focus
at
in that?
like the data of what kind of impact that
Dude,
had because I think that could have something to do
I
with
just
it.
know that gas was ridiculously cheaper under Trump. Like, that's just a fact. It's undeniable. It was expensive during Obama. I moved to fucking California, and it was over like $5.50 a gallon when I moved here. Trump came in office by 2018. I was watching it get as
Yeah,
low
but
as
it's like it's a really
280
well-known thing.
in California.
It's a
blew my
really, really,
mind.
really well-known thing that oil prices are not controlled by the American president. That's just not how that
Oh
works.
my god! But it's so funny how you
But-
believe in Occam's
oh,
razor all
okay,
the
so-
time.
so
You
first
put
of
It's
all
all,
the
not. It's
time.
not about Occam's razor. It's about the way that it actually works economically. Steel, go ahead.
I think the simple answer. Okay, go ahead, Steele.
So first of all, you need to separate oil prices from gas prices. They're not.
Yeah,
they
I
don't
know.
work
I know.
together.
There's
right?
different types of
They-
oils that produce
well,
gas.
You have
Methane
like
is more
the
of the
barrel.
gas.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
said,
but
the barrel is producing shit right now. Whatever we're getting is producing shit. So you are gonna have to spend more to get more. So it's gonna cost you.
Thank you.
But shit's cheaper.
yeah, I
Also.
mean that's also dependent on what they're using. Majority
And-
of gas used in the U.S. does not come from American sources. It comes from Saudi sources.
Yes.
Or-
And
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned earlier is that we were gonna ship over crude oil to them at cheaper rates, so that's why they were shipping us cheaper oil. And that was a whole contractual thing that Trump created with Saudi that got canceled with the cancellation of the Keystone Pipeline. Nobody talks about how Biden didn't just cancel a pipeline, but he canceled a deal that we had with the Middle East. They're coincided.
And then, okay, let's get off of oil for a minute because we've all said the same thing
Okay.
like 5 times a piece. And
Yeah.
we're not
That's
gonna
true.
solve it. And
That's true. We're
I'm not
probably
talking
not
about
let's
gonna
talk-
solve it.
Let's talk
Wait,
about
wait, wait. Can
real
we
things.
end on this? Can we end on this? Because I
Okay.
want to end on a little bit of togetherness here.
I
right?
want you to learn more about the drones, Jordan. I want to know what the fuck.
Well,
the
we'll
drones
get
are
there
doing
in a
New
second.
Jersey.
I'm the one with ADHD here, for
the
God's
drones,
sake.
I
dude.
want to argue.
I'm the one with ADHD here, for God's sake. Just let me finish this shit up, okay? And then we'll move on to drones. Look, I think everything that everybody has said here has had factual basis. Everything that I've said has had some factual basis. Everything that you guys have said has had some factual basis. I think there are bits and pieces from everything that we've brought up have contributed either to the rising or lowering of oil prices and have also not contributed as much as we think. Can we all agree on that?
No.
Nope, I lied
That it's a
about it.
mix of different factors and not just one single
no,
thing that
why
we
would
can
it-
point to.
I'm
I'll
still
agree
gonna
to
blame
disagree.
fucking Obama and the terrorists.
Hell yeah, dude.
Uh, I don't think that's
Blame
an
Obama and
unfair
the
thing to
terrorists,
say.
too.
I think
No,
this
about
is
it. I blame
think
Obama.
here's the thing.
terrorist.
Here's the thing about Occam's razor. Occam's razor, the simplest explanation becomes the one that the data supports the most, right? So if you're looking at all of the data, the simplest
Yes.
explanation is what the data points to. So it's not the same as saying like, oh, well, that's the most easy explanation, right? That's not what Occam's razor is. So just to clear that up.
You
Anyway,
guys keep saying
He cares
Occam's
the most
razor.
about.
What does the dude from Ender's
That's
Game
what he
have
cares
to do
about.
in a shaving thing?
wow.
That's what he had to talk about.
That's my favorite book, by the
Listen,
way.
dude.
It's a great book.
Oh yeah.
It is.
You know what my
yeah.
favorite book is, dude? I always like those Artemis Fowl series.
Artemis
Never read 'em.
Fowl. Well, you're
You
a
like-
little too old to read them now. but
Can I tell you guys something
I am
that really scares the shit out of me right now? That I just
All
want to
right,
get
go
off
ahead.
my chest.
Go for it.
We're
Okay.
talking about fucking oil, mining stuff. We
It's a good
are-
convo, regardless. By
we-
the way.
We are contracting with companies to make micro reactors.
Yeah.
Hey,
We've hit a
That's
brick
good.
wall. We've hit a brick
Oh.
wall because nuclear scares people. It just
That's so
scares people.
stupid. It's the dumbest
Great-
fucking
yeah, yeah.
thing.
All right, hold up. Can I say this real quick? Can I say this? I saw the greatest meme. Imagine having the technology and knowing like an energy
Yeah.
source that can
Mhm.
solve so many problems.
Mhm.
But imagine the cavemen were so scared because fire hurt a person that they decided never to make fire again.
Bro,
You know, like
the fear
essentially-
of nuclear
the analogy
energy
to
has been
describe
so
why-
harmful to society. It's ridiculous.
It is,
And-
but also if we learned how to contain it and do better job.
We do know
with our
how to
factories-
contain it. You know,
Man,
China.
dude,
China's
we
got a
do
leg up
such
on us.
great
We've been
stuff with
we've
nuclear
we've been
energy. We could do great work. with
we've
nuclear
held
energy.
ourselves back so much. China just made a meltdown-proof nuclear reactor.
Oh well, let's just copy their
Uh,
blueprint and fucking we got one up them. Because like we
So,
really need to be pushing nuclear energy. Like that's if
Like,
that's
go
what
ahead,
politicians
Steele.
are doing.
I have
Go
loved-
ahead,
I have
Steele.
loved solar- I have
Tell us
loved
what the
solar for
Swedes
years,
think.
And then I started researching solar, and I found the life expectancy on these things are terrible.
On top
Yeah,
of
the
that, they're
solar will
not very
never work.
efficient.
Neither will wind power. Windmills are
they're
It'll
trash.
work as a
windmills, like,
supplementary energy generation, but it's not gonna
Wait.
unless we have like a huge amount of
Hold on.
land we use to
What was
build
Steel trying
solar
to say?
things. Yeah, Steel.
But we
go
can't
for it.
recycle. We can't recycle the material.
Well,
Like
hang
it's
on.
like
Yeah,
if we can't
hang on.
recycle it, how are we gonna?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to
I
hear
know, I
what
agree
Steel
with
had
that.
to say
What
about
was Steel?
nuclear,
What were you gonna say?
so I can tell him he's wrong. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So first of all, nuclear meltdown-proof reactors aren't a thing.
Steel kind of
That's not
sounds like
true.
dogma.
That's not true. Technically, it's not a thing because you can always technically have a meltdown. But if you've built a system that can auto remove like
so
rods
what
from
you're
the
talking
reactor,
about is a molten salt reactor, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
They're not meltdown proof. They can still have meltdowns.
Okay.
So
All right,
when
but
we
maybe
say-
they're more efficient.
It's a
more.
reduction in the likelihood of a meltdown,
it's
but
a
the meltdown can
virtual
still occur.
non-issue at this point. Let's talk. Let's get into the physics then, okay?
So, secondly, on the fucking windmills, those blades on windmills need to be replaced every 10 years, and you can't recycle the.
You can't
blades
recycle 'em.
consistently. Yeah, exactly.
It's
How-
bullshit.
How can you have a meltdown in a reactor where the fuel is already melted?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I think it's just terminology.
What the
This is
fuck?
what we're
Um,
trying. This is what we're trying to.
Man's
get
arguing
put in.
semantics. We're trying
No,
to.
I'm
save
not
the country.
arguing
Jordan's
semantics
like
at all.
semantics.
How can you have a meltdown in a reactor where the fuel is already melted? It's going to solidify if there's an issue. Like it's not you
So, a meltdown.
you drain the fuel, it doesn't melt. It doesn't melt cuz it's already melted.
Go ahead, Steel. Let's Steel talk, Jordan.
So a meltdown refers to a runaway nuclear
Right.
reaction.
Which causes
Right.
a heating of the fuel source and causes it to melt and pool at the bottom of the reactor chamber.
Yeah, you can still have this runaway nuclear reaction, which is what is dangerous. If you can't regulate the nuclear reaction you're producing from this generator, this reactor, you can still have issues occur.
But if you have a runaway reaction, the mixture is designed to drain into a cooling vessel. So if it melts, it's going to drain to a place where it will solidify, thereby ending the runaway reaction scenario.
Yeah, the actual meltdowns that they had were from shitty manufacturing.
I'm just saying that in
Oh,
these
we have two
systems,
Daniels in here now.
Hello there.
Hey, buddy.
I've never
In
met a
the-
bad Daniel.
systems that we've seen from the Chinese, also, first of all, none of them have gone into commercial production yet.
That doesn't mean
Uh,
anything.
That means quite a lot, actually.
It just means they haven't built one for use yet. Wait, hang on. As of
They are,
June
they are.
2023,
Oh, it not for the commercial. It for the paper.
as of June 2023, China has been operating its TMSR LF1 thorium unit.
Is that a test reactor? I'm assuming.
It is an experimental reactor. You're correct.
So they
You
have
guys
not
see that
worked
link I
out.
posted
What? Wait, what link? Let me see.
in
No,
Discord?
they will have to test it for a long time because it's fairly new.
These little Oklo guys can use recycled waste for to power.
Let's see. Recycled nuclear waste.
Yes.
Dealing with nuclear waste is not that big of a problem. People make it out to be a bigger problem than it actually is.
Apparently we now know the location of a fungus that
Eat-
take care
Oh
of.
yeah, I read about that actually. That's right. I
Yeah.
did
Like
read
I
that.
knew about the mole, but apparently there's a fungus now that does the same thing.
Cool. But
Mushrooms
yeah, I
are
mean,
magic,
like,
bro. Mushrooms
nuclear
are created
waste.
by God, dude.
Nuclear
We
waste.
should study
is
more into
not...
mushrooms and fungi than we should nuclear.
All right, calm
What the
down.
fuck?
Calm down.
Mushrooms.
Do you know how many strands of marijuana we still have yet to really
Jesus
understand?
Christ!
there's like 70, and there's so many medicinal benefits, and we've yet to really dissect it all because it's been so illegal for so long.
That's
But it's the
great,
same,
but
it's the same with fungus.
marijuana is not going to help us
Think
generate
about-
renewable
Bro,
energy. Okay.
Penicillin is like fucking elementary math compared to what
That's
else we
not
could be
true. That's not
accomplishing.
true. We can use some of the waste byproduct of hemp and whatnot to make ethanol.
Nice, dude. I'm telling you,
Okay,
man, life could
that's
change if we
cool.
spent more time focusing on all these benefits
And-
of fucking marijuana and
marijuana
fungus.
uses less water than most
Marijuana
other
and
plants.
fungus, bro.
That's
Those
true.
things
The
are
fact that
incredible.
we're still using
Like-
timber instead of hemp is pretty fucking retarded. If you
Yeah,
ask me.
it's like just fucking grow weed, make our compressed wood or whatever from fucking hemp, and sell off the leaves and pods. for
Dude, we
fucking-
would be fucking champions of the world if we started, leading the innovation behind those.
Yeah, but no, I think these molten salt reactors are going to be the future until we work out, until like ITER and these other fusion reactors start actually being a usable energy generating system.
I don't see it.
You don't
being
need
anytime soon.
fusion.
Did you say we
But,
don't
okay.
need fusion?
It's not fusion. It's fission.
I'm not talking about
Fusion
fission. I'm talking about the fusion reactors.
Yeah, but them ones aren't fusion reactors.
ITER is a fusion reactor. I'm not talking about.
Wait,
Hang on. I'm not talking about the molten salt reactors. I'm talking about actual fusion reactors. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like there's one in China, there's one in the States, there's one in Europe. It's still a ways off before we have like usable for generating energy, but when we do, that's going to be a big deal.
Aren't most of your fucking aircraft carriers powered by nuclear?
Yes, they all are.
Yes.
All of them.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus
All the
Christ.
ones that are active right now.
Yeah. And most of our submarines as well.
Submarines.
Yeah.
Those fucking reactors, they're not like you go to a fucking like nuclear power plant or whatever, because everything there has to have a manual shutoff on top of it.
Yeah.
But
It's very useful because they can operate for a long time.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna say I
lead
didn't
them
even
in
say
your nuclear
what's
subs,
really
bro.
fucking like scare me. Like there's been a lot of environmental things that have stopped production of a lot of our like energy. But now that we got fucking Elon and Trump Daddy in there, and the fucking
Elon.
Senate and House are red, the thing that worries me is I think they're gonna pass too much shit and it's gonna kill the bees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we're gonna swing the pendulum too far in the other direction.
And
This is why
Elon's
this
gonna
is
get
why
first
I'm a
dibs on everything now.
centrist.
And like the reason I don't like Elon isn't because whatever the fuck happened a year or two ago where the Democrats started hating him all of a sudden. It was the fucking he told everyone that solar isn't the way to go, batteries are the way to go, blah 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 blah. He personally drove down the cost of Solar City so much that he was able to buy it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Solar City became Tesla.
I just don't trust him because he's kind of a poser.
That guy's a genius, dude. I thought you were pro capitalism, Jordan. That sounds like a capitalist ass move to me.
Dude, I'm not pro oligarchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And then now that he's that new fucking efficiency bullshit, they found all this fucking lithium in the U.S. and he's gonna get first fucking dibs for his stupid cars that I hate.
Yeah, and that's
No,
what's
the thing
funny.
that really fucks me up is in Doge, it looks like he's gonna go after NASA funding, which it's like, bro, the conflict of interest there is a really big
I
problem.
agree. All right,
That is
so
crazy.
here's all right. Here's what I'll give you. I would trust Vivek running Doge more so than I would trust Elon.
100%,
Just
and
for
I
conflict of
really don't
interest,
trust
because of
Vivek.
what
I
you
would
just said.
really trust him
I
I
over
wouldn't
Elon
trust
for sure.
Vivek to run a Jamba Juice.
Because it is truly a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
It's a bummer because if he does attack NASA,
that's
it
sad, bro. That's sad to me. I love NASA.
we should still have a government funding program for NASA and it
Yeah.
not be an issue or a competition with SpaceX.
NASA is like one of those organizations that people on both sides of the aisle like still want to
I think
like
Elon's
fund
still
and-
pro NASA. I think you're just getting bought.
He's pro
media.
NASA.
bro.
He needs NASA.
Yeah.
He doesn't want all
He's
that
already
shit.
he's already named certain things
I
in
think-
NASA that he wants to
I
cut.
know,
Have
but
you seen- have you
I think
seen
he
how
still might be a
fucked up
little.
Like what Boeing and shit did to NASA. I mean, look at the fucking broke ass fucking whatever spaceship, whatever the fuck they call it.
It was fine. It was completely fine. There was literally no problem with it. Boeing was telling NASA the whole time, like, it's fine, it's going to come back and it's going to be fine. And NASA was
I
like,
have friends.
no.
I have friends that
And then
live
when
in
it
my
came back,
neighborhood that work for NASA, and they fucking say it's not fine.
but it did. It came back. It came back with no issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
I don't know
about
anything about
they
that.
come back on with
The
it?
problem that I have several problems. Okay, one is that there's too many conflicts of interest with Elon. So first of all, you're basically giving someone what they would call in Britain a minister without portfolio. So you're making up basically a department because only Congress can really technically make up something like this. So basically, he's going in an unofficial capacity to try and cut waste and somehow, and military spending is part of that. But the problem, his company has dozens, if not hundreds, of contracts with the military. So how is he supposed to be a fair and impartial person to cut excess spending when he directly benefits from his company selling
It's not
so many
going to
different
be.
contracts to the military?
Guys,
Not
real
just
quick,
that.
real
Even with
quick. I'm
NASA.
just gonna take a quick smoke break. I'll still be able to hear you guys as you talk amongst yourselves.
All right, I'm
Even
just
with
gonna say
NASA.
this is
His company relies on government contracts. NASA
But
is
he
almost
compared to
entirely
other
dependent.
companies though, he delivers more for less because
Bro.
That still doesn't answer the question
Why do
about
you think
conflicts
that,
of
though?
interest.
Why do you even think that?
because everyone else has massive cost overruns and they miss their target windows.
So does he, right?
Why-
So, for
why-
example, the Artemis shit, like fucking space. What's the fuck? So
Literally,
the moon mission, right? That
Moon
he got
Moon
contract.
mission's not SpaceX.
It is
No, that's Boeing.
one of them.
That's Boeing. That's the one I said that has the issues.
Elon literally needs to be coming in on his hands and knees, begging, thanking the American people, and groveling, because that's exactly what he did.
He already
years
does
ago
that
when he-
all the time.
Not really. Elon has too much of an ego. Okay, he's the guy who
He's
thinks
very
that
pro America though.
he's pro whoever
Right.
pays the highest.
Lockheed Martin's the one that made Artemis.
It's why you find his products, interestingly enough, this is another thing that I have an issue with him. I have an issue with him being so involved with U.S. defense contracting when he willingly allows his products, such as Starlink and things, which is what we use, to be purchased and used by the Russian government for their military purposes. The problem that I have is that he's willing to sell to whoever pays. He's
Yeah.
willing to deal under the
And
table.
he's willing
So,
to he's
I do
willing to
not
say,
trust-
I'm gonna drop your satellite. Like to
I don't
us.
trust someone like that. I don't trust someone like that at having the defense security of the United States in his hand while meanwhile assisting a foreign adversary. That just does not make sense. Now there's
And
plenty
he
of
gets
I mean,
first dibs
I'm
on
sure you can
everything
find
now.
plenty of other conservative people if you like, who could run companies.
You can find
like
a lot of them.
Elon. You can find a lot of them, and you can find a lot more too who are, even though they're conservative, they have some principles. That's the point.
And-
He's a mercenary.
And that's why
And
I said
I
I have a problem with him being in power.
And but see, this is one of the things. This is the thing, though. Why is he able to have this amount
I
of
don't know.
control? Because if you think about it, okay, he's the kind of person. Just think of what he did in even with Ukraine. Okay, he was
Well,
able
that
to
was
shut off
violent.
Starlink. He was able to shut off Starlink when they in
Yeah,
the
but that's
middle of
unfair. He
summer.
was able to provide Starlink as well.
Yeah, but
That was
shutting it
done
off
through the
without
U.S.
warning,
defense
right?
spending.
That is
Yeah,
It
disgusting.
wasn't
through
shared.
Elon.
But we paid. That came through us, the U.S. taxpayers. So it wasn't
We
something
also
he did
used
out of.
Starlink to help those North Carolina hurricane victims.
It's true, but think about this. He's very mercurial, okay? And he doesn't like taking criticism. So imagine if, for instance, he fell afoul with President Trump. President Trump had a disagreement. Imagine if somehow Elon said, okay, I'm going to provide the codes, the coding for the programs that the U.S. defense uses to China or to Russia. That's a problem, and that's worrying to me. It you know, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but and say that it doesn't worry you, but that worries me to have someone whose loyalties are basically to whoever's willing to kiss up to him, basically.
Here's an article from 2022 when like other people loved him, and is when he and Trump were fighting, and he was calling Trump a fucking idiot. I don't know if you guys remember that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Elon and
And he
Trump are
flip flopped.
similar.
But he flip
I know.
flopped.
Exactly. That there's a problem with if someone's not consistent.
And
Means
that's
they're a
been one of
wild
my
card.
largest problems with Trump as well, because I remember him being a Democrat, and then all of a sudden
Mhm.
he was like, "Wait a minute, if I run Republican, I can get more of these votes from these certain people here," and then he started doing that shit, and I was like, "This is bullshit." That's why I didn't vote for him in the first election.
Now
like,
what I was
Really,
gonna,
really
yeah,
quick,
go ahead.
guys. Really quick. To clear some things up about Artemis. Boeing has no involvement in Artemis whatsoever. SLS and Orion.
Lockheed.
Neither. SLS and Orion are NASA built spacecraft. The lander for Artemis, HLS, is built by SpaceX.
Okay. And that is what they got $4 billion for, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they've not met any of the milestones. in
No,
that
they have
project.
not. But to be fair, SLS and Orion they took forever and were really expensive as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But they work. They work now, so it's yeah.
It was. Look, the reason I brought that up, it was as a point in what the other guy was saying is that they provide cheaper product for a lesser cost and never have budget overruns.
No, I didn't say they never have budget overruns. I was saying they don't have the same budget overruns.
Okay.
Like I keep bringing up Boeing, Lock. I don't know they switch who's doing what all the fucking time with us. So I'm always getting confused. But they've been notorious for overpromising, under-delivering, way over budget. Yet their CEOs and shit get massive bonuses.
Yeah, Boeing. Yeah. I have a lot of criticism for Boeing right now as well. However, originally Artemis was supposed to do its first moon landing next year, using a modified version of the Starship. That ain't gonna fucking happen. So it got moved to 26, and that still ain't gonna fucking happen. So it was just moved to 27, and we'll have to see how Starship is coming along for that, because they're gonna have to finish Starship with testing and create this variant, this HLS variant, by 2027 and test it as well. And based on how Elon constantly misses his own marks for when
All
things are
right,
supposed
but come
to
on,
come
buddy.
out.
Even the Spider-Verse 3 movie got pushed back like 2 years. So let's go ahead and give him a little laugh.
I'm skeptical. No, that's
Were
fine.
they always,
Well, here's the
remember them
thing.
always being contracted. The thing is, I don't remember SpaceX always being contracted for the lander.
No, they had a competition between them, Lockheed and Boeing, the same way they always do it, and they granted SpaceX the contract because they liked their plan for it the best, which is fine. Like, the lander will be cool if they get it done. Well, I'm sure they will get it done, but the problem is, they need to be providing realistic timetables. That's the problem. When you're talking about something like this, we're talking a lot of money goes into stuff like this, and so you need those timetables to be realistic.
Why the fuck do we have so many companies working on one fucking thing?
Because it's just you have a lot of specialized. Yeah, it's specialized
do.
construction and things like that. So you have to have, like, NASA wasn't getting the funding to build their own lander. They were given the funding to contract to build a lander. But you know, SLS and Orion, they did have the funding to build. And then for the Lunar Gateway, I'm not sure who's building that. Hang on.
Service to Earth, orbit, moon, Mars, and beyond.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah. Is
So I'm
ESA.
gonna
So
have
the
to-
European
I'm gonna-
Space Agency is going to build it.
I'm gonna have to pop out, but
Yeah.
I just
Thanks
wanted
for joining,
to
bud.
like,
This is the most lit convo I've seen in Jordan's chat.
I
This has
just
been
wanted to
dope.
address one thing. I just wanted
Go
to
ahead.
address the one thing that came on, which was about the Keystone Pipeline.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the reason that the
Okay.
Keystone Pipeline has legal issues is because, as I'm sure you're well aware of, the United States signed treaties with many of the Native American tribes in terms of peace and laying down arms and ending the wars. In exchange for that, reservations were granted.
Tribal lands. Yeah, the preservation of
Tribal
tribal
lands,
lands. I do remember that being
which
a
gave
large
them
issue.
sovereignty over their land. And so the problem is that Keystone, the company, and the previous administration pretty much said, haha, screw you, we're building our pipeline anyway. And one of the concerns was that it cut across not only sacred memorials and things like that, burial sites, but also feeding grounds and water areas that they relied on. So from a legal standpoint, I wouldn't so much have as much of a problem even with building it if they found a way to respect the rights of the individual, just from a
Well,
standpoint of
All right, one.
All they
I
gotta do
got
is slip
two
them some
answers
money,
to that.
bro.
Exactly what we were doing, by the way, Jockstar. It's literally exactly what they planned on doing, and I believe the Native Americans took that deal. And then second, the other thing, and then people were still upset about like the loss of exactly what you just named. Like you have a good point there. But the second thing was
that's why they
on
they
the
sued
on,
the
on the
federal
legal on the legal standpoint, all the fucking Native American land we were fucking up was in Canada. So it doesn't actually affect American law as much. That's
Oh,
something
well,
that have to deal with
then
Canada.
it's totally okay.
Hey, do we not
These
give a
tribes
fuck in the
are
Middle
US.
East? Look at the shit we do in Afghanistan with the poppy fields. But all right.
These tribes, the Sioux tribes, and the other things. These are in the United States. Pipeline
No, but
cut
I'm pretty
across their-
positive. The only thing that was cutting
States.
across.
No,
was
I
North Dakota, and they
remember
didn't
that
give
it
a
was
fuck.
like South
It was-
Dakota or no, one of the Dakotas
yeah,
or
South and
something.
North Dakota. I think it was like
Yeah.
South and North Dakota, and they were fine. I mean, it was cutting through them, but they immediately took the deal. And then there was also Native American or not Native American, I guess American, yeah, Native American areas in Canada, and it was still an issue with them as well. But it was like with the issue in the Dakotas got solved pretty fast. But I do remember that.
I remember them like blocking the pipeline, like they were.
They did. There
were,
was
like,
there was
sitting in.
protests. There was
Yeah.
It was a whole issue. Yeah, that was a major
Well,
issue. and
look
that
at the
got
Canadians now.
resolved.
Look at the Canadians now. They put Trudeau in power, and now the majority of Canadians want him gone.
Yeah, Trudeau sucks.
Yeah.
That's why.
Trudeau does
Have you
that.
guys seen? Have you guys seen how much money he's made in office in Canada since he joined? It's fucking
Bro.
ridiculous.
Did you guys see Nancy Pelosi fell?
Oh yeah, dude, she fell, and then I posted
dude.
a GIF in the
and
server.
Mitch McConnell. They gotta go,
Did,
bro. Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi.
Well,
if you
Mitch
guys see
McConnell
what-
is
Joe
going.
You guys
Biden-
know why? You guys know why Nancy Pelosi fucking fell? Them big ass socialist titties got too big for her.
Oh my
Senator
god!
Brown.
hey, I'm just glad we could all agree. She's got a nice rack, right? Like, you know, even
I don't care. Okay, I am a fucking Republican, and I don't agree with most of what AOC says. But if she said it to my face, I would tell her I'd agree because she got the best fucking socialist titties.
bro. it-
Life right
Yeah,
there.
she is fucking vile.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
I do like
though.
I like it.
Listen though, 1 second, guys. You have to admit, AOC has grown in the right direction, not the wrong direction.
You know what?
Whether
I like?
you agree with her or not,
as opposed to Ileana Omar and the other
exactly.
bullshitmen.
She has come well more towards the center.
She's Her
Yeah.
stance on Daniel Penny pissed me the fuck off, but then I noticed when the verdict came out, she had no comment, and I found
Well,
that
there you
very
go. That's good. Yeah,
I
she's
found
been
that
doing
very
a lot of
lucky.
that.
Because
She's been
You know
doing a
why
lot
I
of
like
that.
her? You know
and
why
now
I like
it means
her?
that she must.
Besides
she
the
must be
socialist
realizing-
titties.
No,
not
because
just-
she's
not
still
for real.
more socially aware.
The,
Well,
the
Hang,
real
average
hang on,
reason
I want to hear what Adam.
I like
Adam has to say.
AOC so much is because like a lot of like I'm conservative, but I'm also not white. I'm Hispanic, and
Hey, yo también, eh?
and so AOC, I see her like a lot of people are like, oh, she was a fucking bartender. It's like, correction, she was a fucking bartender that put herself through fucking college.
Right.
Wait, which
How
which
are you gonna talk?
what
how you
what
gonna talk
flavor
down-
of what flavor
How are
of
you gonna talk down
Hispanic
on a
are
working
you?
class American? I agree with that. I was a bartender.
Mexican.
I'm.
Do you speak Spanish?
Fuck no, dude. My Spanish is terrible.
Hijo
My
de mi
grandma spoke
puta, ¿qué
Spanish.
estás haciendo?
I just heard Telemundo. What?
I said, hijo de mil puta, ¿qué estás haciendo? Aprendaste el español. You're fucking around over there, man. Come on.
Dude, I can't learn foreign languages. I can read.
That's
Portuguese.
not a foreign language if you're Hispanic.
It is a foreign language.
I
It's a
can.
foreign
I
language,
can.
dude.
I
He's
can.
American first,
I-
Jordan. All right,
okay.
America first.
Hey,
Alright,
we don't
let's
have
put it
a
this way.
national language.
I am a first generation American, not because my dad is Mexican descent, because my mom's from England. So,
Pissed.
like
Dude,
my
my
grandma spoke to
girlfriend-
me in Spanish. I can understand a lot of fucking Spanish. I can read Spanish. I can read a lot of Portuguese. I cannot speak it to save my fucking life.
All right,
I had a
all
fucking
right.
A in Spanish in college, but I couldn't speak it to save my
So,
fucking life.
so I'm Argentinian, by the way.
well, Jordan also is an embassy child, and he had
That's
a large opportunity to, really explore amongst the worlds and learn foreign
I
languages
was very
at an
lucky.
easier rate than the average public American child. Public educated American child. You had a different education system growing up,
That's true.
in which benefited you.
It did.
So he got to hang out with the spies all the fucking time. They taught him cool shit.
Exactly, bro.
I can
I'm
neither
just surprised
confirm
Jordan
nor
doesn't
deny.
know more languages. Oh, Jordan, you want to know something super cool?
Mm.
You want to know something super cool, bro?
What's up?
Holy shit, dude. One of the best days of my entire year this year was November 1st. I'll remember forever. I took pictures of my buddy.
I feel like your
Javier.
best day was November 5th, but okay.
Dude, no, it was even cooler on November 1st. November 5th was like the super cherry on top because all right, hear me out. I went and took photos.
We're
My buddy
starting
got
with Hear
married.
Me Out.
He's
Okay.
he's gonna do a ceremony. Then I went to the Dodgers parade afterwards with my girlfriend. Then I met
Ooh.
up with my buddy. And I golfed for the very first time at the Trump golf course.
Oh my god.
There is there was an individual. Hold up, dude. There was an individual I met at the Trump golf course. He reminded me of you, and I forgot to tell you this.
Dope.
He was so fucking cool. He spoke 25 languages.
Jesus
was a,
Christ, bro.
And
I
when
didn't
he
even know there
would,
were 25
so,
languages.
dude, so when my best friend, he's getting married to a girl who speaks fluent Russian, funny enough. And the
Wow.
craziest part is my best friend, he works for he works for that company that's over in Hermosa. What's that fucking missile company over in Hermosa? It's like Lockheed and Martin, or he works for one of them.
Raytheon.
Yeah, is it Raytheon?
Raytheon?
Raytheon
Or
are-
Northrop?
Raytheon's our
he's
big
a mil-
missile company.
Is it over in Hermosa Beach? Because he's I think it's one of the others. There's Raytheon,
Is it Northrop?
Lockheed Martin.
Well, it used to be Texas Instruments, but Texas
Northrop-
Instruments sold their
Northrop
shit
Grumman?
to Raytheon.
Oh, Northrop Grumman. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he works for Northrop Grumman. He's a computer programmer for the military. He just got his PhD, and he worked for Northrop Grumman.
Dope.
And they brought him. He's worked on multiple military bases. So I got to take photos for his wedding.
That's
He
our
got married to a
competitor,
Russian.
dog.
Bro, tell me how the first thing I thought. The
She's a spy.
first thing I thought, dude, is he's marrying a
Spy.
spy. Like, right?
Spy.
It's just fucking crazy because he's this hot blonde Russian who speaks like Wisconsin level American English and then fluent fucking Russian. It's
Bro, I'm
really
not even gonna
mind-blowing.
lie. Like when my mom first went to Cuba, she straight up told me like, "You need to watch out for like Cuban honeypots."
Yeah, bro. So anyway, she like walked up, and the guy who speaks 25 languages, He is the guy who runs the entire golf operation at the Trump Golf Course.
Whoa.
And bro, he is so friendly, so cool. Everybody loves him there. He, you know,
He's also
Trump
a
has
spy.
named him. Trump has named him in interviews and talked about how
Wow.
great his golf person is at the Trump Golf Course. He's like, I forgot his fucking name. It's gonna drive me crazy. It was like, oh my god, it's gonna drive me crazy. But
Vladimir,
dude,
isn't it?
it was. Dude, when he described learning and memorizing a new language to me, he was like, "Well, you know, I refuse to learn, or I refuse to use the words memorization. I
Some
look at
people are
everything
so
like
good at
files."
that, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I use the terms files, and I see the files, and then he just started describing because everybody was gone, and it was just me and my girlfriend talking to him for like 10 minutes because Eric and his new wife Anya were buying like the golf clubs and shit or whatever was going on. I was just standing there, and this guy was just going in on dialects, and bro, he would just change his dialect so quick, so fast. New language. Another person walked up, started speaking to him in Portuguese, but he had your energy, Jordan. He was so
Hell yeah.
nice, so friendly, and I was just like, oh, this is like a cool experience.
Fuck yeah.
And also, it's just
we
like
should
a
go back
testament
one
to-
day. I would love to meet him, dude.
Dude, you should go fucking golf at the Trump Golf Course. with me,
Dude,
bro.
I'm
That'd be
only
sick.
going if you come with me, motherfucker.
Of course, I'll take you there. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And,
Also, when are we
I'm
gonna go shooting,
You know what?
dude?
You know what? You know what? I just heard about all that. Like all that shit was all nice. All I heard from it was he gave you a fucking reach around.
Hey, no, dude. He was just a cool guy, and I was highly impressed by the type of people that are even hired at the Trump Golf Course. I thought it was
Yo,
cool.
Daniel,
But-
when are we gonna go shooting, dude?
Oh, I
that
mean,
legal
dude, we
there?
can literally go. Yeah. There's gun ranges all the time. I have a 9. I have a Smith and Wesson myself, so we
Why-
can literally
why-
go whenever.
While you guys were just talking, I was playing with my what is this one? I have a lot. My M&P 9 Shield Plus.
Yeah, well, you're in
It's-
Texas. You can like waltz into a Walmart and get a fucking bazooka.
9 shield.
No.
I have a Smith and Wesson 9mm, so it's like a big gun. I wanna
I'm
get
in
something a little
California. It
smaller,
takes
like
forever. It's
38.
a fucking
No.
pain in the ass to get a gun here.
No, it's really not, Jordan. I mean,
Is
it was
it
really
not?
easy for
Well,
me
you
to
guys
get a gun.
can't.
It takes,
You guys can't get good rifles.
I
'cause
could
they
go
put
into
that
any
fucking
store.
Battle on them.
I could go into any store and I mean, dude, I could get any gun. First off, I know of people, and that's just really
Yo.
easy out here in California and
Okay.
LA. It's really not a joke. No, it's not a joke. It's and I'm surprised. I know Jordan probably knows people too. It'd be ridiculous for him not to admit
I just don't know that I know people, I guess.
that. Man, I'm telling you, Jordan. I'm telling you, you know people.
Hello.
Okay.
If you know some of the same people I know, and I know some
Okay.
people you know
I
that
feel
I
like
don't know.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
I know you
then.
know.
Yeah.
But there's like 3. There's 3 I met, and it's gun heavy in Cali, but like they're all illegals. So
Yeah.
if you want to focus on only getting a registered weapon, because I would never want to get caught with a fucking illegal.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
can't,
mean,
bro. With my
Ever.
family,
Stupid.
with my
Never would
family,
want to
I
get out with
cannot
those
be
guns.
pulling a Hunter Biden. Okay, I'm not trying to do that shit.
Yeah, your daddy won't
but
get you out of
just,
it.
just to get your first gun, it takes 10 days for the approval. I got my first gun in 10 days, and then after that, I could walk into any store now and buy a gun on the spot. It's super easy.
Like I went and did my license
Alright.
to carry bullshit. Like the
As
weekend
long
I
as
did
it's
my
California
test for
compliant.
my. Yeah, fuck that California compliant bullshit.
Absolutely.
wanna-
not. The
wait, I
worst-
wanna-
the
I
worst
wanna
ones in
hear-
the country are Massachusetts, New York, and California. They're the most fucking anti-gun states in this
I
country.
wanna,
hate
I
it.
kind of want to
I hate
hear
it.
what our European friends have to say about this
Yeah, go ahead.
conversation we're having right now.
Well, I want the other guy to finish his sentence because I cut him off. But what were you saying? And then let's hear them.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying it's fucking bullshit, dude. Like all my friends there, they one of them got all their they got red flagged because they had an AK with a. I'm sorry, it's a normal size magazine. It holds 30 fucking bullets. That's regular size. He had that,
That's regular, yeah, but you can't be over 10.
and this girl was over staying the night, and she somehow saw it, and she had her dad come and pick her up, and they fucking red flagged him, and they went and took all this shit.
Yeah, that bitch is a cunt, dude. That bitch is a fucking
Jesus.
like. That's why I don't fuck with in-staters, bro. I only. That's crazy. That shit would drive me crazy. I'd hate that person for life.
All right, resident Europeans, what do you think about all this gun talk?
I would immediately buy a Desert Eagle. And then
Yes!
Very
Yes!
I'm not a
Let's
fan of your.
Let's go.
I'm I'm not a fan of your restrictions on suppressors. I find it asinine and
That's okay. That's okay.
Do you know why? Do you know why that's particularly funny? Because we're trying to manufacture them here, and it's a pain in the ass.
I got a fucking 3D printer.
Hey, bro, if you want to be like our boy Luigi, yeah, dude, just start 3D
I
printing
don't
all
want to talk too much about our manufacturing process, but
If you want to be
Beautiful,
unless
Jordan.
unless you all want to sign an NDA right now.
you're on a stream, Jordan. Shut.
I'm not talking about it on the stream. I'm not going to talk about it on the stream.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. He's doing the legal shit.
I'm not talking about it on the
Shut
stream.
the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
if
what
you heard
he
the
said.
same sentence I heard. Didn't sound.
Texas right now is fighting that if it's the way the wording is, it's only illegal if you make it and it's for to be sold out of state. So they're saying if you make a suppressor at home and you use it yourself, that's perfectly legal. And they're fighting the U.S. government on that right now.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that
bro,
should
why,
be legal.
bro?
That's
You've
built
either
on
got
the...
guns or you've not got guns.
I feel
That's my
like
opinion.
at this point,
No,
like
it's a
I can't.
constitutional right.
I need to not contribute to this conversation or steal.
Yeah, and that
Yeah,
That's
we
what I
just
mean,
can't
that's what I
talk
mean.
about it right now.
it's in your constitution that you're allowed to have guns, so you should have all the guns you can have, all the guns you ever need.
Yeah, but it's not in our constitution, and nothing in our constitution talks about accessories for guns,
But
unfortunately.
what?
So.
Oh, what, bro? It's a gun. you
No,
can
it
put
does.
whatever you
It
want
does.
on
It
Where?
literally states exactly in the Second Amendment. Hold on. It says we have the right to form a militia in which we could arm ourselves with whatever the government is currently arming themselves with.
They got suppressors and fully
No,
automatic.
that's an interpretation.
So that is
That's
technically
all
a
okay.
part of our
entire
Constitution.
our entire constitution and everything is a fucking interpretation. It's whoever's
Yes.
lawyer is better.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
But what he said
Agree with that.
is not what the Constitution says, right? That's an interpretation of what.
It
No,
depends-
that one's simple. That one's like it's
It
pretty
depends
much
on if you're
stated
like
right
an
there.
originalist or not.
Yeah, which I am. Well,
Are you? I don't think you are.
yeah, I had to correct myself a little bit, but when it comes to the Second Amendment, the one that shall not be infringed, the only amendment that says that, I'm in a full support of private militias.
That's also you understand
believe
that
we should
that perspective
be
is
building-
also an interpretation, right?
I don't
believe
like that
every
last one.
state. I believe so because I'm a statist. I believe every state should also, on top of our federal military, have a state military in which they can
Oh,
rebel
yeah.
against the
Yeah, it's
government.
It's called the
America
National
should be
that's-
Guard.
That's the Second
That is
Amendment.
called the
That's the Second
National
Amendment.
Guard.
Yeah, it's the
National Guard still
Agreed.
falls under the army though.
But it does, and it's still a federal program. And I'm talking about state programs for militaries.
I don't
Fucking
know.
nasty
I don't
girls.
know if I'm comfortable with that. I don't
No,
trust.
if
I
I
don't
am.
trust
Stay
people
armed,
to
I am.
you would
I
start,
am
do
you
that
would
comfortable with
start
responsibly.
capturing other
I
states.
don't trust the fact that the government dictates every single say of like
When
what.
I was a state trooper up in Alaska, we were looking at some of the laws that were trying to come through, and my lieutenant goes, "This is what I'm going to do with the letter." He's like, "You don't have to follow me, but he's like, if this letter comes across my desk, this is exactly what I'm going to do." He fucking balled up the paper and threw it in the fucking trash.
He could have
I mean,
thrown it in hell.
Yeah, but Alaska, there's like nobody fucking there. It's a little, I feel like it's a little different.
But everyone's armed.
Yeah,
Everyone's
because there's
fucking
nobody that fucking lives there, and if
There's
you
more
live in
bears than
Alaska,
people.
you have to be armed, or a bear is gonna like fucking eat you.
But when you're a cop, everyone's armed, and everyone fucking hates cops there. I
Oh,
found that
Yeah.
out.
Because they all live in the middle of nowhere, and they
Because
don't want to be.
They all
bothered.
want to. They all like marijuana wasn't legal at the time, and they all like everyone just wants to fucking smoke weed.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot to do there, so
There is nothing to do there but do drugs and fuck. Apparently,
yeah.
What a
That's
lie.
where-
That's just why Alaska has the highest rates
Highest
of
meth.
STI.
Meth. Yeah,
Does
meth.
it really?
yeah, it's bad.
Wait,
Yeah,
that sounds
between
kind of good, actually.
Anchorage, and fucking Albuquerque, bro. That's where the meth capitals are in America are.
Albuquerque.
Wait, do you mind meth? Do you care about it? Do you care that
I-
people do it?
I Don't. Yeah, I do care because they still shit. They fucking kill people over it. Actually, do you know what the most dangerous
If they
drug
didn't, though,
dealers were?
if people just took it and kept themselves to themselves, would you give
Yeah,
a
but
fuck?
that meth
I don't
doesn't
give a
let
shit
you
what
do
people
that.
do.
Yeah, like if you're just doing your own thing, I don't give a shit. If you're like a responsible adult, but the problem with meth is like
Okay.
it's really hard to be a responsible adult and mind your own business. when you're on
I'll
meth.
tell you right now.
It's
I'll
fun,
tell you
bro,
no
it's
no
just
no
fun
no.
for
I'll tell you right now from somebody who grew up with an individual who I loved and I saw he was a straight A student. He was on the varsity baseball team. He got hooked on meth somewhere around 20 years old, and then he got off meth. And I mean, I watched multiple people like this, but watching one of my closest friends, it fries your brain out unlike any other drug, bro. Like you're a goner. Like it's not like you get off meth and then you, oh yeah, I got clean. Like these people come out retarded, bro. My best friend is fucking retarded now. And it is a serious issue. Like it fries your brain out, unlike anything I've fucking seen. Coke you could get off of, like alcohol you could get off. You will still get wet brain if you're really on that shit till your 60s. But meth, bro, meth could ruin you within years. Like it sucks.
And here I am taking
Meth
my
sucks.
amphetamine salts every single fucking day.
That's
Yeah,
different.
I think
though.
Adderall does the same shit. Yeah, because it's very, very light
It's
compared. But I
well,
still
no,
think Adderall is
well,
ma-
no, it's
massive
because
issue
if
as
you
well.
have ADHD, your brain doesn't naturally produce enough
Adderall,
dopamine.
in my opinion, Adderall matches more of a cocaine effect than it does a meth effect. Because a hard meth
Ye-
effect, it makes you a goner, bro.
That's
It
true,
will
but-
literally
but, like,
fry your brain out so
most
bad.
most importantly,
I think
amphetamine
it's probably
salts.
due to the fact that it's cleaner substances as well.
Well, hang on.
Like
let me
amphetamine-
just say it. Amphetamine salts or methylphenidates. The whole purpose of them is to produce a normal amount of dopamine, which an ADHD brain doesn't produce enough of. So essentially, what it's doing is it's bringing you up to the baseline of everybody else. So it's a little bit different how it affects an ADHD brain than like a neurotypical brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, dude.
And it fucking
whatever
sucks when you can't take it
crystal
anymore.
meth is, whatever crystal meth is, that's irrelevant to whatever Adderall is.
100% irrelevant. Yeah. Even though technically methylphenidate is very close to methamphetamines.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
the difference between a buy and a die, right? It's like
yeah, the same with amphetamine salts. They're very very
it's
close.
such a much more potent effect. Like the potency
Yeah,
of
that
those
difference is a
factors so fucking
huge
different.
difference, even though
It's
it's
a huge
chemically looks
massive
like a
difference.
small difference. The way
Yeah,
it actually
it-
interacts with your brain is like really different.
Yeah, I've seen the chemical breakdown of both of them.
Yeah.
I used
Don't
to
get me
know all
wrong,
this
I'm-
shit. I used to know all this shit by heart, and I haven't had to look at it in fucking 10 years.
Yeah. But nah, man. No, I'm very anti-meth. I mean, that shit. I'm more anti-meth than I am heroin. Like, meth is a fucking dangerous drug because it's a hard one to come back from.
Oh yeah, well I'm anti both. What do you say about that?
I say you're ignorant, bro. I say you should give heroin a chance.
A trance. Give heroin a trance, yeah.
You should give heroin a chance. Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Dude, this has
it
been a
did not.
great conversation. I have had a lot of
It's been a
fun.
fun
with
one.
this.
Yeah,
This
it's
has
been
been
more fun
really
one.
good. I like this a lot. I hope we keep having more conversations like this. Adam, you are a great addition to the server, buddy. Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
great
a-
addition.
I fucking love talking.
Yeah,
I'll talk for fucking
That's
ever.
good.
and we all do. So it makes for good content. I think pretty soon I'm gonna want to get maybe like
You should put more effort
somebody-
into marketing of your podcast.
Well, yeah,
Your
one of the
stream.
things I want to do is I want to maybe get like an editor who can cut these up into like YouTube videos and shit.
I mean, just learn how to do it,
What
Jordan.
kind of YouTube
Yeah,
No, I don't- I don't-
If
I
you
don't-
learn to do it
It's not that
yourself.
hard. Yeah.
I am raw dogging
not that hard.
ADHD. If you think I have the patience for that, bro,
I
you
don't have
are.
the patience for it either. I mean,
Yeah.
I edit, bro, but I fucking hate
just don't
editing.
have the
Editing
time.
Sucks.
I do
I
not
don't
have
have
the
the time
patience.
either.
I stopped my subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud because number one, they were doing that bullshit where they're saying, "Oh, if you work on something, it becomes ours." It's like, fuck you, buddy. And
Hey, buddy, fuck you, guy.
I think if I get
Hey,
back
buddy.
into it, I am gonna
Hey, yeah.
switch to Apple.
But like, I think so. Like, because it would be exceedingly difficult for me to do it on my own, I would like to hire like one of those editors, but I'll have to like look for like a cheap one to start or something. But
Yeah,
because
you're gonna have to get a college kid, my guy.
Yeah,
College kid or someone from fucking Ukraine.
yeah, ooh,
No, you
yeah,
can find. You
Ukraine.
can find. No. You no. You can find. He lives in L.A., guys. He can find literally a new college fucking editor every 4 months.
That's actually true, dude. That's so true.
Most
like-
of those Ukrainian kids are trying to go to school out here.
Because
so-
as good as like the streams are, the best way I think to like get people to your streams is to have like videos for them to watch of your streams.
I agree 1,000%.
Yeah. And
should be
then
posting
they
shit
can
on
start being
YouTube.
like, "Oh, I like this. Maybe
Constantly.
I'll start watching the stream." Yeah, exactly.
All you need is a good fucking thumbnail and a clickbait title.
Good and good
yeah,
SEO.
dude,
Good SEO.
And
it's
you got
a
to
business
talk.
model.
You got to talk about controversial shit, which I do all the fucking time. So you know, if I'm
Well, we
on
do
here-
every time.
I mean, we do
we're
every
on here.
time. Yeah, we had a pretty good conversation this time. and,
Hey,
like,
hold
we're
up.
always talking about
Actually,
this shit.
this guy has no idea, because, dude, I went on a fucking 1-hour rant of why Helen Keller's not
Oh
real
my
and Rose
god!
is fraud. So, like, when you want to talk about controversial shit, bro, I'm always throwing something out there.
That's true. He
guys-
And then,
spent.
I
Okay.
talked about Mark Dutroux for fucking Mark Dutroux and Anthony Weiner's laptop for a minute, and how the fucking
Bro,
pedophilia
you
is
can
just
say
out
it.
there
It's
rampant.
Anthony. You can call him Anthony Weiner. It's okay.
Anthony,
everyone
pieces
did.
of shit scumbag fuck, dude, who should have just
Okay,
been
well
murdered.
that was a
but-
little more over the top than what I was saying.
All right,
but
my bad.
okay.
Bro, anybody who followed the research on what's on that laptop, I don't even understand how.
I'm
this guy-
telling you, you conservatives love your laptops, don't you?
Yeah, because that's where people store information, Jordan. Like,
Bro,
what the fuck?
if they're
I'm gonna agree
stupid-
with like okay. There's someone from InfoSec that's always fucking telling me about the fucked up shit people put on their work laptops. We just had to stop allowing USBs into our work laptops.
Why would you put shit on your work laptop? Why wouldn't you
Because
put
people are
it
fucking
on?
dumb.
Why wouldn't you put it on like a Linux fucking
People
distro
are
that you're
stupid,
holding on a
man.
USB
Jordan,
drive
why
that
are
you
they
can
looking up
boot out of a
child porn to begin
USB
with?
drive?
Because people are stupid.
Yeah,
like, why are
How do
people
you
doing
just
that?
no? Here's
I
my
would talk
question.
about normal
How
porn.
do you just look up CP? How does somebody even do that? You know
I
what?
could break
I don't
it down
wanna-
for you.
I don't-
You're not gonna
actually,
like it. You're
I
not
don't
gonna
want to
like it.
know.
Back in
I
the day.
don't want to fucking know. Actually,
It's really
So-
easy.
It's
It's
scary how
really
easy it
easy.
is, and a lot of them
Yeah.
are fucking religious groups.
I
wait,
agree
how
with that.
how
Mormons
is
are
it
a
so
danger to
easy?
America, bro. I can't stand Mormons.
I don't understand
But-
how it's like so easy for people.
You,
to
you
do
can't
that.
you can't stand Mormons. My wife and I were sealed in the temple in Idaho.
Oh God.
Dude, look,
My bad.
look.
But hey,
Yo,
I'm sorry,
yo,
but
hang
but
on,
Mormons
hang
have
on.
a huge issue with.
I left
But
that-
they're
I
also
love- we
super
love the
nice
church.
people.
I'm Christian, bro. I'm a Christian man, but. when
I'm
I
an
look at
atheist. I think
Catholicism-
Mormons are
and I-
super nice people.
Yes,
until you
you're
get,
right.
until you go through the fucking temple and you start learning about the secret handshakes and learning about Elohim.
They have
Bro,
secret
and then-
handshakes.
Yeah, there's
They
secret
have secret
handshakes.
That's
handshakes.
funny.
They have magical
Bro,
underwear.
hey, did you
Yes.
get married in a Mormon temple? Did you
Yeah.
have to wear the special underwear?
Dude, I had to wear the special underwear every day.
Yeah. Oh my
and
God,
I
bro,
don't
like,
call it
I
special
don't
underwear.
fuck with none of that.
I called it my magical underwear.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Magic
not. And then
undies.
when you find out that there's a lot of child porn, fucking little sex trafficking, like weird shit that's gone on inside Mormonism, and like I don't know, man.
Well,
There's
the biggest one that's actually attached to the Mormon Church isn't actually a part of the official Mormon Church. It's the
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about plenty. Yeah,
Oh, like the
And then-
FLDS.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of motherfuckers that like just had evil Catholic
How-
priests, like Catholicism.
However,
they remain so silent in a
My,
true epidemic. How many rapists?
like,
There's some
fucking
issues with it in like Hasidic Judaism,
Preachers.
Judaism as well.
I
Yeah,
don't
Hasidic
get
Judaism
along-
is a serious issue too.
I don't
really
get
fuck
along
with
with
any
my
of those.
father-in-law because my wife's brother was molested by someone in the church that lived
Right,
behind them,
bro.
and they never did anything about it.
It's
And I can't
Mormons,
respect him as a man
Catholics,
because of that.
And fucking Hasidic Jews. There's a few others, but it's so bad, bro. It's insane. And then it's
when I was a
the
cop-
silence behind it.
And
Go ahead.
when I was a cop, the majority of the fucking child molesters and child porn people that were doing it through churches did it
Yeah.
because their exact words were, "It's because it's so fucking easy."
Whoa!
Yeah, I
They-
believe
they
every
said-
bit of that. That's why I
They
said,
said,
Yeah.
there's so many times they said, well, you build trust with the parents, and like, oh, we go to the same church, we have the same beliefs. There was no way this person would do it, and it's so easy. They leave their kids with me, and I tell them they can't say anything.
Oh
It's what
my
I tell people all the
God.
time about teachers. It's what I tell people. I go, look, where there is an allowance of abuse, the abusers will find their way into that industry. That's just a common thing.
I just had this conversation with someone. It's like these predators, they know that these
Predators
people-
know where they. Predators work for schools. They work
predators.
for churches. They work for fucking Boy Scouts. Like it's so understood that the predators don't want to take construction jobs. Like it's common sense. No, they're always gonna.
Is
Unless
Do you know-
they're
do you know what Alex
playing on
Rose-
construction
Sorry.
workers, and they
What were you
all
saying?
take construction jobs.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jockstar?
my conservative king, Alex Rosen? Do you know him?
No.
Oh shit, he does like pedophile catching.
Yeah, I know
Nice.
who you're talking about.
Bro, he is so fucking based. It's unreal. He gets them arrested every single time now as well.
Good for him.
It
God
seems
bless
like-
him.
So we like worked with them and a few others, and
Oh shit, really?
yeah, Alaska was really big on catching child predators, and we didn't just catch
Oh.
them in our state. We got so much fucking money for the government that we had like these just servers with bots that were like talking to pedophiles, and the way they caught them was they would be able to like access the web camera for a second and snap a picture, and then they would go through like satellite images to try to find like the buildings and shit out of the windows, and
Jeez.
we had mathematicians
Hell yeah.
like work the fucking angles and shit. Like it's this apartment.
What the fuck? That's
All
crazy.
right, man. Hell yeah.
And then like everyone
Well,
thinks that they
any-
hack.
anyways, to
Like
get 'em,
they're
bro.
like they're like, oh man, they must be hacking for the fucking password. No, we brute force that shit, and then what it did is it didn't look for the actual letters. It looked for hex patterns, and then you would see multiple hex patterns, and you would copy a hex pattern and put it in, and the ones that it used the most frequently, within the first 5 tries, you could get the fucking password.
I love that, dude. That's crazy. I want to know more
And
about
I mean,
that
shit,
software.
that was like 2011, 2012.
Wow.
So
Holy shit.
now,
imagine
now
how
it has
advanced
to
it
be even
is.
better.
Yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
don't even need to do that. You can just walk straight in
Just
through
ask
the
'em.
back door of the system.
All right, boys. It just hit 3.5 hours on the stream. I think I'm gonna wrap it
It
up for
just
the
got
evening.
interesting, Jordan. You son of a bitch.
I gotta take
You're
the
weak,
dog
bro.
out.
You know
I
the
got.
average stream is like 5-6 hours, right?
Yeah, well, we can, if we want that, we can start earlier. Okay, but.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that was good, man. This has been a good conversation.
This was a
amongst all these
really good
guys for
one.
hours.
I hope
Yeah.
to get all of us together again. More
That'd be cool.
often. These were good conversations.
Hey, thanks for inviting me for this, dude. I mean, we've been
Dude, you're
talking on
in.
Facebook
You're
for,
in
like,
the
2
server
years
now. Dude, I do this at the same time every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So like, definitely come and join us.
Yeah, we'll do.
And Jordan, maybe start extending your hours, dude.
Maybe I'll start a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you still traveling
All right,
a lot?
guys.
What?
Are you still traveling a lot?
No, not usually. Like, I'll go visit my mom if she's overseas, but not so much since like I left high school. Well, yes.
All right.
Like, I've been to Mexico a few
Love you
times to
guys.
visit my mom.
I'm
Love you too,
gonna head
buddy.
out.
Take
Peace out,
care.
Jordan.
Peace,
Later.
bro.
Peace out, guys. Good talking to y'all.
Peace, bro. You too, bro.
But like, when my mom was in Cuba, for example, I wasn't allowed to go, so
You didn't get to go get the cock meat sandwich?
no.
My friend was a guard in Guantanamo.
Oh, your friend might have met my mom then. She was the ambassador there.
What years?
Like 2011, no, 2017, 2018 under
Oh no,
Trump.
he was gone by then.
Oh.
Yeah, he was gone by then.
Yeah, but because of her position, I apparently would have been like a kidnapping target, so I wasn't allowed to go, which sucked because I wanted to. But whatever, it is what it is. She still brought me Cubans, so not people, cigars.
I thought they were illegal.
Cigars.
Yeah, they were.
The
I'm
only
also-
reason they were illegal was because they had a ban on Cuban trade.
Yeah. Oh, that is real. Then.
She
I
brought
don't
me
know.
cohibas, and she brought me some that were like rolled right in front of her in the middle of tobacco fields. That shit was some of the tastiest cigars I ever had. So good. But yeah, boys, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I mean, you guys are welcome to stay on and keep talking if you want to. You don't have to leave just because I'm leaving. But I'm gonna end the stream and take off for the evening.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same
I
here
am
because
gonna
it's
peace out as
1:30.
well.
Yeah.
It's 7:30 a.m. for me.
Well,
Somehow.
thank
Damn.
you guys for coming on. Of course, I'll be doing this again after the weekend. So Monday night, same time, maybe a little earlier this time. We'll see. And thanks for coming on, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Do you call Monday night raw dogging?
No. Should I be?
Remember there used to be Monday Night Raw for WWE. I think.
Oh, I was never like a big. Remember, I grew up like overseas, so I never really got into like WWE or any of that stuff.
Just totally call it. I'm gonna start calling it Monday Night Raw dogging.
Beautiful. I love it. All right, dudes. Everybody have a good night. This is a lot of fun. I'll talk to you guys soon, all
I'm
right?
go-
Talk
I'm
to you
leaving
later.
as well. These boys.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.